Yo, boys. Today is gonna be literally insane. It's about to be crazy up in here, man. What's up? What's going on? Why does my camera look so weird? Oh, maybe it does. I don't know. Bro, when I tell you I am nervous, I am nervous for tonight. I am so nervous. How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? The draft is 2 hours away. If you guys, have been to my streams before, you guys know I like to go live early because it's always just fun to me. It's always fun to stream for me, so I always like to take advantage when there's a lot of interest going on right now, obviously with the NBA and how exciting things are right now with the NBA draft. It's gonna be an interesting night, that's for sure. But there's a lot that's happened, man, already, which is kind of crazy. I feel like there's been a lot of trades that have already happened that you didn't really expect to happen. Obviously, you got Chris Paul going to the Warriors, which is kind of wild. My stuff is lagging. Is it? Maybe it's just you. I don't know. Is it lagging for you guys? Because that's a problem. If it is, I need to fix it immediately. Okay, so maybe it was just dog, I guess. But all right, cool. Don't scare me like that again. Chat is not on screen. Oh, it was just a second ago. Huh. There it goes. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Who knows? What do you hope with the Blazers? Okay, let's talk about it. What do you hope the Blazers do with the third pick? For me, I want Dame to stay, man. I want Damian Lillard to stay. That's how I feel. I'm team keep Dame. He's my favorite player, and I want him on the team. So I feel like to convince him to stay, we got to trade the pick. And I don't know, man. Here's the problem. So, I mean, I understand. This is the thing. Let's start with this because there's a lot I want to talk about before the draft actually starts. Let's talk about this. I totally understand the people that want, and I get the perspective of wanting to trade Damian Lillard and go young and rebuild or whatever. I understand that, but the teams that can offer on Damian Lillard right now that makes sense, literally their package is terrible. I mean, I know Miami's the famous one right now. I don't know why Portland would want anything to do with Tyler Hero, especially if you get Scoot. You'd have Simons, you'd have Shaden Sharpe and Scoot Henderson, and you're gonna add Tyler Hero to that mix. I mean, that's four guys that need to get minutes, and it doesn't make any sense for all four of those guys to be here. That's the main package that's been floating around, obviously. And the fact of the matter is that this team, this front office, and Joe Cronin and everything else, they've just been lying to us for 2 years. If we get to this point where we finally have a way of getting Damian Lillard help and we don't do it, like, it's fine if they wanted to go ahead and say, hey, we're not trying to help you, Dame, we want to go young and rebuild. That's fine. Like, it would have sucked hearing it, but it would have been transparent. At least it would have been transparent. But instead, this team has been lying to us for the last 2 years, trying to tell us that they're trying to get him help when they're really not. And we're going to find out tonight where their cards lie. We really are. We really are going to find out where the cards lie, because Dame is convinced that they're trying to get him help. And if they've been lying to him, then I'm going to feel some type of way about that, because we forced him to sit out to tank this season, right? We forced him to sit out. And we could have made the playoffs technically. Would we have gone far? Probably not. Not saying we would have, but we could have made it. We were right in the mix until we decided to shut down everything and tank, which we got the third pick. Great. That's awesome. But still, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm going to feel some type of way about it, I guess. I'm going to feel some type of way about it. That's my issue with the whole trade Dame thing. Like, if we would have just came out and be transparent about it, then that's cool, I guess. It would have sucked hearing it, but at least we would have, been prepared for it. Instead, we're in this position where we're wondering if we're going to do anything tonight And yeah, this is just the most nervous I've ever been, to be honest. So I don't know. Think the Cavs will trade in the first round? I don't know. But man, there's a pinned message. So there's literally a pinned message. I think you guys could see it. So if someone asks when is the NBA draft, I'm gonna be upset because I went live during the draft lottery early last time, and people just kept asking, when does it start? When does it start? When does it start? So I was like, okay, this time I'm gonna put a pinned message. That way we don't get that question over and over. So yeah, hopefully you see the pinned message. That's when the draft starts. I'm having a wonderful day so far, man. Having a wonderful day. I'm nervous. I feel like my day could be ruined at any moment now. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You think the draft's going to be on ABC? Yes, it's on ESPN and ABC. Yeah, like, I know. I'm like, I literally put it. I made sure to put it in the pinned message. That way. All right. I'm not answering any of those questions. I'm not answering it, bro. I feel like some things are, I feel like I don't know what's going on, but maybe I feel like my chat's like delaying for some reason. I don't know why. The Blazers should trade for LeBron James. He wouldn't be available. Does Anunoby get traded? I doubt it. Sounds like the Raptors are going to run it back, to be honest with you. But other than that, let's talk about the things that have happened, right? The Kristaps Porzingis to the Celtics, Marcus Smart being traded to obviously the Grizzlies out of nowhere. That was wild. That was wild. So that came out of nowhere. I did not expect to ever see Marcus Smart in a different jersey, to be honest with you, but here we are. Obviously, it was supposed to be Brogdon to the Clippers. The Clippers backed out because he might have to have surgery or something like that. Even though I saw someone on Twitter today that said he would still be ready or available. So I don't know. Scooter or Brandon Miller? I mean, I think it's going to depend on what the Hornets do. That's the biggest question for the Blazers. What are the Charlotte Hornets going to do, man? That's the biggest question. Portland is going to be determined by what the Hornets do. That's going to be the biggest question. I'm nervous, man. Charlotte, it's been going back and forth. If you've been paying attention to the betting lines today, it feels like things are just going back and forth. And who knows? Who do you want, Scooter Miller? I don't really want either, to be honest with you. Okay, that's not true. I kind of like, if I had to choose between one of the two, obviously I think I want Scoot if he's there at 3. But I want to see us get Damian Lillard help. Even though that might sound crazy, that's just what I want, because I don't want to be rooting for a front office that lied to us for the last 2 years, basically. Chris Paul to the Warriors. Okay, so Chris Paul to the Warriors. I know some people may be confused about Chris Paul to the Warriors. Here's my read on it. Here is my read on how I see why this trade went down. So, as we know, let's date back to the beginning of the season where Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole in the face. We saw how bad it was. He literally socked that man in the face. He literally hit that man in the face, right? So for me, and then this year was a little underwhelming for Jordan Poole. He didn't play the greatest. He was definitely underwhelming for the Warriors. So in my personal opinion, I think that there is a chance that the Draymond Jordan Poole thing really affected the Warriors this year. I think there's definitely a world where that had an issue. So I feel like this for the Warriors is obviously dumping Jordan Poole's salary, getting off that contract. That way they can trade, or not trade, sign Draymond Green back, and then the Jordan Poole Draymond Green drama will be gone. Chris Paul will be a rotational piece for a year, and they'll be off his contract next year because his contract next year is not guaranteed. So that's my read on it. I personally think that that's why the Warriors did it. I think Draymond is going to be back, and I think Poole will no longer be there. They won't have the drama there anymore with those two not liking each other very much. Obviously, it's hard to come back from that. I mean, imagine, you know, I'm sure most of you feel this way. I felt this way in the past before. Imagine working with somebody and you just straight up punched him in the face and literally probably like almost knocked him out. It seemed like he almost literally knocked out Jordan Poole. So it's hard to come back from that, I would imagine. I don't know how you come back from that. I'm sure that was a drama thing and they were it looks like they handled it well for the most part. So I don't know. It's definitely it's been a crazy day. I'm ready for this NBA draft. I wanted to talk hoops though before, and man. Yo, what's up, Mike? Can you stop spamming, please? Or I'm gonna have to time you out. Can you please stop spamming? That'd be greatly appreciated. Who do you think the Blazers will trade for? Okay. My hopes and dreams are Jaylen Brown. That's my hopes and dreams right now. I know everything that has been leaked right now has said that the Celtics are going to re-sign Jaylen Brown, and that might be true. I get that. But that's who I want. Not saying it's going to happen. I think Jaylen Brown would be the best bang for our buck if we're trading pick 3 and matching Simon's contract with it. So yeah, that's my bet, or not my bet. That's who I want. Will we get him? I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say if that's actually going to happen. I wouldn't bet on it, basically. I would not bet on it. Thoughts on Chris Miller declining his option? I'm assuming he just goes back to Milwaukee. Well, think about it this way. The reason why I think the Porzingis trade maybe opens up the door for Jaylen Brown to be traded a little bit more is because right now they only have one guard on the team, I guess. Or no, they have more than that. But as far as guards, that are for sure rotational piece, you have Derek White, obviously. And then Malcolm Brogdon is supposed to be there, but it sounds like his medicals are messed up. But then again, I saw that he might still be available, or that he might be available when the season starts after surgery. So I feel like if the Celtics right now only have one guard and Derek White, and then they don't want to pay Jaylen Brown, and the new CBA is going to affect some things, maybe, just maybe, Jaylen Brown would be trade, or maybe the Celtics, or he declines the contract, or maybe the Celtics decide to trade him. I'm not saying it's going to happen. And then they would have two guards to perfectly replace, the loss of Marcus Smart. And, well, this is assuming Scoot Henderson falls to 3, by the way, which I don't know if he will yet, but this is assuming Scoot Henderson falls to 3. Then obviously, if he's not there, I don't know if the Celtics really do it. Maybe they do. Maybe they see Brandon Miller as a Jaylen Brown replacement. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Ingram. Yeah, it sounds like Portland's not interested in Brandon Ingram, though. And I'm not really either, to be honest with you. I feel like Brandon Ingram is not what this team needs. Zion is a big swing, but we shall see. What do the Blazers take Amen at 3? I could see that happening. I think Portland, if Scoot goes at 2, I would not be surprised if they take Amen Thompson at pick 3. I would not be shocked at all. Would not shock me. I'm nervous to see if my Bulls trade for a pick. Yeah. I mean, maybe they do something crazy tonight. I'm not sure. Yeah, we know the Pelicans want Scoot, so you could maybe see a world where if the Hornets take Scoot at 2, then I think Portland isn't going to have a trade lined up. If Scoot's there at 3, I think there's a lot of teams that are going to be lined up, and Portland has no excuses not to be able to potentially make a trade to help Dame. Or they're going to choose to draft Scoot, and that would probably be the end of the Dame era. I would assume. That's my assumption. If we take Scoot, that's going to be pretty tough to come back from, I would imagine. Amen over Miller? Yeah, a lot of people think Amen Thompson has more upside than Brandon Miller, believe it or not. Believe it or not, a lot of people think that. A lot of people are on the Brandon Miller or the Amen Thompson train. I personally don't see. All right, let's be perfectly clear about the Chicago Bulls for a second. Portland is not interested in anything in Chicago. They don't want guards. A lot of people are suggesting guards for Portland. If we know anything about Portland, they've had a lot of good guards, and they've always been missing forward. So they're not going to trade for Zach LaVine. They're not going to trade for whatever other guard you want to suggest for pick 3. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, I saw that Fiddlestick Farms that Siakam will not sign an extension. So, no. DeMar's like 33. No thanks. No thanks. If Portland traded pick 3 for DeMar DeRozan, I'm literally selling my fandom as a Blazers fan. That would be so dumb. It's not even funny. No. DeMar solves nothing for this team. Literally nothing. That would be so stupid. It's not even funny. Mikal Bridges for 3. Well, apparently Brooklyn is declining Simons and pick 3 for Mikal Bridges, which personally for me, I think that's an overpay for Mikal Bridges. But I get it because that's Dame's good friend and he definitely fits exactly what we've been looking for. But for the Nets to decline pick 3 and Simons for Mikal Bridges is insane in my opinion. That's wild. I feel like that's a massive overpay for Mikal. But that's just how the Nets feel about Mikal Bridges right now. So that's crazy though. I cannot believe that the Nets aren't like jumping on that. Because that's an overpay for Portland. Like I get it, but like, yeah, it's dumb. Simons and 3 for Mikal Bridges is an insane return for the Nets, but they want Mikal, man. Maybe on the clock things change. We shall see. The Wizards may be a play-in team. They definitely have a lot of guys that you could be in the play-in for sure. Do you think the Blazers will get Jarrett Allen? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes, Nets probably declined since they don't own their future picks. I mean, yeah, I get that, but Simons could help them out immediately. And then obviously everyone's so fond of Scoot that he's going to be so good right away that, I mean, I think those two players would make up for losing Mikal, I guess. I don't know. We do another Wizards rebuild after Jordan Poole trade? Of course, guys. Every trade that's gone down, I have a rebuild plan for it, obviously. You guys know I got you. Memphis are fine in the West because of Smart. You want Nurk to get traded? No, I don't, personally. I don't think Nurkic is our biggest problem. I think it's the last thing we should be looking to do. So, we need a small forward before we need a... Literally, here's the problem. We need to worry about the small forward position before we start thinking about upgrading from Nurkic. That's my thoughts on that. That's literally my thoughts on that whole thing. All right, so we don't have to draft for another hour and a half. I'm gonna set some things up on 2K if you guys are down to watch, I guess. You having a big shots tonight? Think something's brewing? No, I don't have any predictions. What's up, Eric? I hope you guys have a good stream as well, man. I'll be joining you guys after the first round probably. I don't think I'll be going in the second round. Have you ever thought about doing rebuilds live with chat? I have done them in the past. Dame Lillard is pairing up with Dwight in Taiwan. Y'all got Cam though. Marcus Smart reminds me of Tony Allen. Hold on, I gotta make sure of something real quick. Imagine Wembanyama is a bust. I mean, I don't know. Jamie, please check pinned comment. Please check pinned comment. Thank you. I don't have any hot takes in the draft tonight. No hot takes. Yeah, Scoop, I think that's definitely something to be a little concerned about for sure. I think there definitely is a world where you have to kind of be concerned about it, right? Let's see. Oh, I need to move this up. Let's say right here, I think. Nope. Hold on. Oh, wait, it's I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. Okay. Let's go. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fix this in a second. I need to... Oh, okay, I see what I'm doing wrong. I had myself hidden. All right, hold on. I gotta fix something. But I'm gonna update these trades. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do while we're waiting on the draft. These trades that have gone down, I'm gonna update these real quick while I'm having some downtime. All right, I'm gonna update some of these trades while I'm here. So I may not be able to do all of them. Like Porzingis, I have to wait because you can't accept his player option after the draft, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But I think we can do the Jordan Poole trade, right? Let's see. Let's go. Or no, yeah, we can. Chris Paul for Jordan Poole, and then what was it? 2027 second, and then like a 2030 first. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to include that 2030 first. So this is it, right? Nothing else is part of this trade, I don't think. I think we're good. I think it's Chris Paul, Jordan Poole, 2030 first that I can't include, obviously. But yeah, this is pretty interesting, man. Chris Paul might go win a ring on the Warriors. I mean, that's definitely something that could happen. I cannot change it. You cannot change it to where they accept their player option, unfortunately. You used to be able to. Yeah, it's 2030 top protected, but you can't reach out to 2030. So I think this is all. I think that's it. So we're gonna save that one, and then what I used to do when it came to player options, I used to go to edit player and edit their contract, but as you can see, contract editing is disabled in the offseason until after the summer league time period, so you can't even do that anymore. So unfortunately, I can't trade Porzingis yet, so I'll have to wait till after the draft for that. So Poole is a wizard, and then yeah, I guess I have to wait on the other trade, don't I? Well, I guess that was it. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies. Yeah, that was so surprising, man. That was literally so surprising. What was it? Smart. Oh yeah, Tyus Jones. I think I'm just gonna wait till I can go after the draft, and I'll make that trade happen. So I guess that's all we're doing. I can't do much else because 2K doesn't like us, man. They don't like doing it for us. I'm going back. Beal trade I already have updated, so that's not a problem. I already have the Bradley Beal trade. So which, by the way, real quick, everyone thought that the Wizards got fleeced, but I mean, if you really think about it, the Wizards actually got a pretty good return for Bradley Beal. The full details came out today, and honestly, I don't think they could have done much better. So I don't know. I honestly like it. Yeah, 2K won't let you even mess with the contract, unfortunately. All right, we're going back to the draft. I wanted to change that real quick. Bro, all I know is the Blazers, they better get my man Dame some help tonight. That's how I feel. That's what I want. Even if winning a championship isn't realistic, it's still what I want, okay? Because there's no guarantees in anything, but I love watching Dame on the Blazers. That's just how I feel as a fan. I get if you don't agree with that. That's totally understandable. Let's go to ESPN. Okay, we're on the right channel. As we move closer to draft day. Bro, this has been the most nerve-wracking day ever. What made you a Blazers fan? It's kind of a weird story. My dad being a fan of them had something to do with it a little bit, and like right when I was getting into basketball, I just like started watching the Blazers for whatever reason. Like when I first became a Blazers fan, it was back when they had Wesley Matthews on the team still. You're good, Dalen. Hey, Dalen, we all have our own opinions. So I mean, I love talking basketball. I know we all have our own opinions. So no hard feelings whatsoever. Where's Kansas? It's in the middle of the United States of America. Players should go for Jokic. Okay, yeah. Let me call up the Nuggets real quick and see if they'll give us Jokic after what they just did. Yeah, they're probably going to hang up immediately. So that's definitely not going to happen. Blazers need to draft Brandon Miller. We shall see, man. We shall see. I personally, like I said, I want Dame to get his help. Team has been promising us for like 2 years now that that's what they want. That's dope, Dalen. That's dope. That's cool to hear. Hopefully Charlotte gets Scoot, but at this point it's Miller. I bet lucky Portland landing Scoot. I mean, it'll make things easier to trade if we do get Scoot, but we'll see. Or if Scoot's on the board, I guess. Dame to the Lakers would feed families. I should ban you for that, to be honest. Dame is not going to the Lakers. They have nothing to offer, unfortunately. Spam start an OnlyFans in chat? Really? Come on now. Stop. The Lakers get Buddy healed, maybe. That's a little more realistic. All right. Tell me if you guys can hear this.
Really pleased.
Yeah, he's also got the confidence, too. He says, no disrespect to Victor Wembanyama, but I am the best player in this draft.
We got an hour and 20 minutes till the draft.
The Blazers per our last mock draft. Elsewhere, Monty, in NBA news today, Chris Paul headed to San Francisco to join the Warriors in a trade that sends Jordan Poole back to the Wizards. What do you make of the fit for CP?
All right. Yes, Marcos. I've been hitting the fitness has been a huge part of my life for the last like year. Since last March, I made it a huge priority in my life. So yeah, I don't know if you noticed something different, but yeah, I go to the gym consistently. Thank you, Low Squad, for subscribing, by the way. This is the most anxiety-ridden day ever. Just get the man some help. Also, Denver want to hang up Cronin before asking who is this. How did you get this number? Yeah, definitely. I love you, honey. Don't worry. I saw it. The arms look bigger? Thanks for noticing. Thanks for noticing, man. I appreciate it. Did you see that Jokic lost the finals trophy? I think he was trolling. There's no way he was serious, right? Victor might fall to 5. Stop. Just quit. Do you have a job? Yes. This is technically my job. This is technically my job. Bro, I don't know why you guys are saying that. If you're lying and saying weird crap like that, stop. Stop saying someone died if they didn't die. That's so stupid. Stop saying that, please. Well, Dalen, apparently Siakam's telling everybody that would trade for him that he wouldn't resign, so I don't see that happening at all anyway. So unfortunately, I don't think that's even on the table. All right, if you guys are just being like, there's no way that's a real thing. I'm about to look this up and let's see. There's nothing about him being dead, so please stop saying that. That's just so dumb. Which Thompson twin is better? I think a lot of people say Amin Thompson. Is YouTube your full-time job? Yes, it is. Right. As of right now, yes. It is my full-time job. I've explained my situation in the past, and I don't know. I saw 2 people saying that Jamal Crawford's dead or something like that. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about? All right, I'm not going to go into details about how much I make. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. That's not going to be something I'm going to get into. Do you like the idea of Harden going to the Rockets? Personally, no. Crush, can you hoop? Good question, Brody. Good question. No, I cannot hoop. My jump shot is broken. One thing I will do is I will be hustling and bustling out there, though. So if you need me to be like a offensive rebounder or play defense, I got you. But my jump shot is completely broken. So I need to be coached for sure. If I ever was gonna take basketball like super serious. I can play defense. I lock up, man. Just kidding. I'm like 5'9", so I mean, if I was playing someone actually serious, I'd probably get torched. But I'm literally 5'9", 5'10" with shoes, so I never would have had a chance to make it to the NBA. Never would have had a chance. NBA player comparison for Crush. I don't know if there's a good one. Like I said, I think I would consider myself a Draymond Green kind of, I guess. But Draymond obviously way, just miles better than I would be. How much do you weigh, if you don't mind answering? So I currently weigh like 165, something like that. When I dieted really, really badly, I got down all the way to 150. And I think that was like super lean for me. And that was like really hard to maintain. So I'm 165 now. Best player outside the top 10. I don't know if I'm the guy to answer that because I'm not a huge college basketball connoisseur. So I don't know. It's a good question. Derek Lively. And plus, we don't even know who's going to go in the top 10, you know? What are your thoughts on the Chris Paul and Jordan Poole trade? I kind of like it for both sides. I think the Warriors get rid of the Chris Paul, or the Warriors get rid of Jordan Poole, Draymond Green drama. So that cloud is gone, and then you get off Jordan Poole's contract. You bring in Chris Paul, who can help you for like a year, then you can get off his contract next year. And the Wizards get a first and a second, plus a young potential player of Jordan Poole, who has all the freedom in the world there. So I like the trade for both sides personally. It definitely, plus the 2030 pick the Warriors sent was top 20 protected. So, I've also heard a lot of things about Jordan Hawkins. I know a lot of people like him. So yeah, does smashing the like button help? Yes. If you want to hit the like button, that helps. Go ahead. What's your opinion on Boston trading Smart for KP? I was quite surprised. I thought Marcus Smart was someone who would be on Boston forever. Did not see that man ever changing jerseys. And, well, he's a Grizzly now, which is kind of wild. I know a lot of Celtics fans are hurt by it. So yeah. I'm 196 pounds at 5'8" because I'm broad. Yeah, the most I've ever weighed, and this is when I was in a like terrible relationship in high school, was 227 pounds. It was like, that was the most I ever weighed. And that was because I just was in a terrible spot in my life at all, like so bad. It was right out of high school. You catch Grady Dick's outfit? I did. That was kind of wild. I don't know if I could pull it off. Do you think Brogdon wants to stay with the Celtics knowing they were willing to trade him anyways? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Not really sure. Didn't know you were a dad. Yep. I got both of my kids upstairs being watched so I can stream with you guys. Do you like Taylor Hendricks or Jarris Walker better? I don't really watch basketball or college basketball like that, so I guess if you had to make me choose, I would like Taylor Hendricks, I guess. Which is I don't know, not a good opinion. I don't know if you should take my opinion valuable at all. Thank you, Eric. You too. John Cena or Randy Orton? Give me the Viper. Just kidding. I love WWE growing up. It still pops up on like some of my For You pages when I'm scrolling through those apps, obviously. And I'll watch like nostalgic WWE stuff, but I don't watch it anymore consistently like that. But that was definitely a huge part of my childhood. Hendricks or Black first? Ooh, that's a good question. I think Anthony Black goes first. I don't know, actually. I don't know. That's hard to say. Blazers trade Simons tonight. Well, if they're trading Simons, I assume they got Dame help. So hopefully, which actually, it's not really hopefully because, I mean, I don't really want Simons to be gone. I like him a lot, but DC or Marvel, give me Marvel. But I don't want Simons to be gone. It's just what the position the Blazers have put themselves in, where we have to use his salary to match contracts. You need to go live more? I agree. I should go live more. I should. Who's the greatest soccer player of all time, Messi or Ronaldo? Messi, because he's actually got a World Cup. Ronaldo hasn't won one, right? I think Messi just won his first World Cup. Ronaldo, I don't think ever has. I could be totally wrong. Don't take me too serious. Kim Whitmore or Thompson twin first? I think one of the Thompson twin goes first. I think we could see Portland taking Amon Thompson at 3. I think that's definitely on the table. LaMelo to Celtics, resign to Hornets, please trade number 2 pick. How would LaMelo land on the Boston Celtics? That'd be wild. And I guess if you're saying they were trading Jaylen Brown for him, but I don't see that happening. Leda, Retro, do you like the Hendricks fit with the Wizards? Yeah, I mean, they could use anybody at this point. Because who knows who's actually staying on that team and who's going, so... Might sound crazy, but I think Portland should take Ahmed at 3. I think that's definitely on the table. All right, Captain Fox. I appreciate you putting me in a conversation with Kenny, but who's the GOAT? You are Kenny. I think we all clearly know who the answer is, and that is Kenny. So, yeah. James, Spicy P does not get traded tonight. He does not get traded tonight. It sounds like he's been telling teams that want to trade for him that he won't resign. So that would probably, you know, obviously lessen his trade value. I appreciate the support since then, Big Cat. Let's go on Twitter and see some of the recent things that have been said. Let's see what's going on Twitter. See if there's anything going crazy. See if there's anything worth value looking at. Live stream. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I can't show that. Whoa, I need to fix that. Hold on. Oh, man. Okay. That is not good. I'm going to get taken down now. Hopefully it wasn't on long enough, so it's a big problem. Okay, I gotta... Okay, you guys can't see it now, W. All right. Here we go. Well. Brandon Miller is back to the favorite, going second overall at various books. Nets turned down Simons and pick 3 from Mikal. We kind of knew that. That's definitely wild. I get it because the Nets don't own their future picks, but... yeah. I think there's really nothing. There's nothing more. Boston's secret plan. Fiebref is probably tasted. What? LeBron and Bronny in Boston. And 3 for Zion and Herb Jones. I don't know if the Pelicans give up Herb Jones like that, to be honest with you. I'm losing everything. It's like a bad divorce. Well, I wonder what that's all about. Nothing new, seems like. Seems like there's nothing new right now, so probably just go back to the full camera. What's your gut feeling? What's your gut feeling what the Blazers will do? My gut feeling? Oh, man. My gut feeling. Oh, man. My gut feeling is that they draft at pick 3. That's my gut feeling. I hope I'm wrong, though. Why is Portland not trading Yusuf Nurkic? Because Nurkic is not the biggest problem on this team. Yeah, there could be trades during the draft. Portland could trade him still. I mean, yeah, they technically could, but that's not what Portland should be looking at. Nurkic is not the biggest issue on this team. I know I know he's like the scapegoat for everybody, but he's literally not the problem. He's literally not the issue. He gets so much slander, it's not even funny. I honestly feel bad for him. It's not like Nurkic is the best center in the NBA, don't get me wrong, but to pretend like he's just like the worst center in the league or something is just terrible. I think he gets way too much hate. Nurkic in 23 for 8, no thanks. Plus the Suns aren't taking that. The Suns want depth for 8, I would imagine. Nurkic is like your average center. He's just overpaid. I would debate you on that. Compared to freaking DeAndre Ayton, I will take Nurkic for 17 million rather than DeAndre Ayton for 28. So I'm okay with Nurkic at 17. That's totally fine with me. Because there's a center out there named DeAndre Ayton getting paid 28 million right now, or 32 million, whatever it is. Third Simons and 2 first-round picks for Pascal and OG. I don't think there's a trade that's going to be done with the Raptors tonight. Sounds like they're pretty stern on running it back. Keontae George or Jordan Hawkins first. Jordan Hawkins. What is your dream job? What I'm doing right now. Or probably something to do with sports, for sure. Covering sports, basketball podcasts, something along the lines of that. Can you do a Kristaps Porzingis Celtics rebuild? Of course, I got you. But I want to see if the Celtics give us Jaylen Brown, which I don't know. I don't think they will, but that's kind of why I didn't want to upload a Porzingis Celtics rebuild yet. Because I want to see if the Celtics do anything crazy tonight. Because someone said they weren't done making moves, so... And they do need to fill out some guard positions. So, you know, we got 2 guards potentially, especially if Scoot's on the board. You know, you can have Simons and Scoot, and we'll take Jaylen Brown. That way Dame retires a Blazer. Siakam's going to get traded. There's a... Chris Haynes tweeted out that Siakam is saying that he won't resign with a team who trades for him. So I think teams will back off. Because Masai Ujiri just wants way too much for his players. He's just too stubborn, man. He's too stubborn. Hot take, Thompson twins will be both bust. They'll be average role players at best. I don't know about that. I don't know if I can agree with you on that one. Oh. Road to 50K subs. Yes, sir. They're going to take Cason Wallace, Kobe Buffkin, or who else? Cole Bali, or whatever his name was. As a Celtics fan, I'm pissed that Marcus Smart got traded. Well, you're going to be even more pissed when Jaylen Brown gets... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I totally understand, man. Totally understand. That sucks for you guys. Marcus Smart was the heart and soul of your team. Which, would you be mad as Blazers trade Damian? Yes, I would. I would be totally mad. Because there's not a good trade offer out there for Dame right now. But we might be forced to if we pick 3. So we'll see. All good, all good. Asar is lit. What do you think about Scoot following us to at 3 and we're trading Ant 23 for future assets for OG? I don't know, man. I just don't think the Raptors are going to deal, man. Masai Ujiri is just annoying. He's just so stubborn. He wants to fleece everybody. I don't see Toronto making a trade. Here's the thing. Playmaker Gito. Or, yeah. I think guess Celtics thinking about running White at point. Or they're going to trade Jaylen Brown for Scoot and Simons tonight. Not saying they are. It's what I want. I don't know what's going to happen, though. I'm not going to be predicting it, but that's what I want. I think Jaylen Brown would be the best bang for our buck. I'm not sure how Celtics fans feel about that, but we'll see. How would you feel about Levine to Portland? No. We don't need guards, bro. We just don't need guards. Fair enough, George. I understand. If Jaylen Brown, I get it. You think Jaylen Brown's staying a Celtic? That's totally fair. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not banking on it happening. It's just what I personally would want. Celtics intend on extending Jaylen Brown. That's what they're putting out to the world right now, right? But nobody knew Marcus Smart was going to get traded, so anything's possible. But yeah, I get every indication has been that the Celtics want to pay Jaylen Brown. So, but we'll see if that's true or not. Which star would you want that's available, be realistic, and the option of trading the pick? Well, it seems like everything is crumbling at this point. It was Mikal. Then it was Siakam. Maybe Zion is still available. I don't know. Maybe something in New Orleans is still there because they have interest in Scoot. Or Jaylen Brown. So, personally, it feels like it's New Orleans or the Celtics. Unless if the Nets or the Raptors change their minds while we're on the clock, but I don't see that happening. Yeah, for sure, George. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know nothing. Okay, I've seen a couple of people asking about Jordan Poole and the Chris Paul trade. I like it for both sides. Let me just say this again. The Wizards get a young guard in Jordan Poole, who's going to have all the freedom in the world to see what he can do as a young player. The Warriors clear Jordan Poole's contract. They take on Chris Paul for a year, and they can, decline his guaranteed contract next year, or non-guaranteed, I should say. And the dark cloud of the Draymond Jordan Poole drama is gone as well. So I like to trade for both sides personally. Cobra, stop. Okay, Zach LaVine is not a small forward. He's not what the Blazers need. He is not a natural small forward. That is no. They need a guy that can play a little bit of no. You don't want LaVine as your small forward. Let's not go there. Yes, of course. I'm gonna do every rebuild that needs to be done. So don't worry about if I'm gonna do this one or do that one. I got you with all of them. It's just a matter of getting to them. Will Tyus Jones be on the move soon? I don't think so. I think Tyus Jones will stay in Washington, and I can see them potentially trading him at the deadline. All right, I want to lock into, because we're literally an hour before the draft, so I want to lock in and pay attention to what's going on. But I'm going to read chat, of course, as well. So, how do you feel about Poole and the Wizards? I just said that, so I'm not going to say it again. Is it just me, or is that offer made by the Blazers for Mikal Bridges a ripoff? If you're talking... Is it a ripoff for Mikal? I think it's an overpay for Mikal Bridges, personally. That's my opinion. I think it's an overpay. So the Nets not accepting that was kind of crazy to me. So that's how I feel. No trade rumors as far as I'm concerned. Or as far as I'm concerned. As far as I know. Sorry. Said that totally wrong. Okay, just want to make sure we're on the right channel. I don't think I'll be able to watch a Marcus Smart Grizzlies rebuild. That's totally fine. I don't think I'd be able to watch a Dame rebuild if he's actually on a different team either. But I might have to force myself to, which is going to suck. If you were a Blazer GM, who would you trade the third pick for if Scoot is still available? Jaylen Brown. That's who I want. I don't know if Celtics will budge. I don't know if they want to trade him. That's just who I want. That's who I want personally. And again, I'm not predicting that's what's going to happen. That's just what I want. If I was gonna try to do something. But we'll see, man. It all depends on what the Hornets do, so it may not even be a thing. I set him on 50 difficulty. As a Celtics fan, I'd take 3 and Simons for Brown. There's a Celtic fan on board with the trade. What up, Anthony? You think the Wizards will have over 25 wins? It kind of depends on what they do with the rest of the roster. But right now, if you really looked at it, I think they could win over 25 games for sure. All right, the NBA draft starting. Okay, I need to turn my headphones on. Or it's not starting, sorry. That was totally a lie. It's not starting.
Lead to NBA draft history with ESPN's entire roster on deck.
59 minutes.
Brooklyn to go hard. 30 more minutes of Sports Center with you into our NBA draft preview segment. Woj is standing by with the latest. Of
course he is.
Timothy Ross, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says we need to pick best available at 3, trade Dame plus rebuild.
Has been up to lately.
You certainly know what he's wearing.
My question to you, Timothy, is are you okay with trading Damian Lillard to Miami for that terrible package? Is that what you want for Dame?
On what some of these players have been up to as you take a
so
look here.
I'll read what you say because I'll pay attention. I'll look out for you.
And we've got Chris Paul going to the Warriors, Jordan Poole going to the Wizards. It's an expansion of the
that I'm personally not okay. Patient with the best package. Okay, that's fair. Hero will not be good in Portland, man. We would have 3 guards, 4 guards. It makes no sense. No. Hero makes no sense in Portland, bro. That's my problem with the idea of trading Dame. The whole idea of trading Dame for Tower Hero and whatever else Miami has to offer just sounds terrible.
Woo, that is all the breaking news Woj has given us, and the draft has not even started. As for the draft itself, Adrian Wojnarowski, who's joining us now live from Brooklyn.
Thank you for the $2 super chat, Timothy, though. Patient with the best package, maybe. Am I stressed? Yes, it's going to get even worse as the time ticks. All right, let's see what Woj has to say, though.
With just an hour to go
before the start of this 2023 NBA draft. I'm told the Charlotte Hornets remain steadfast with Brandon Miller as the #2 overall pick out of Alabama. They had both Brandon Miller and Scoot Henderson in for their second workouts this week in Charlotte to start the week off.
Whoa, says Brandon Miller.
Majority owner of the Hornets, Michael Jordan, in town, got to spend time with both players, watch them work out, and there has been, I think, fairly consistent and a fairly overwhelming support for Brandon Miller in this process within that Charlotte organization. Certainly, you talk this through, you watch more video, you debate it. It's a huge decision. Scoot Henderson has all-star potential. There's no question. But I'm told that Scoot Henderson has not overtaken Brandon Miller at #2 with an hour left before this NBA draft tips off in Brooklyn.
We talked to Andrea Carter earlier in the show, Woj, and she said the idea that they would not take Brandon Miller just seemed so
I hope that stays pat. I hope that stays pat.
Top 2 in 2012 when they selected another SEC wing, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, out of Kentucky.
Thank you, Frogger. Thank you for that.
If there is
Thank
anything coming out of there from the NBA draft, we'll bring it to you right here on SportsCenter. Thanks, Woj. Okay.
All right, let's take a look here at some of the notable picks these teams have made in this spot in the past. So the Spurs have had luck drafting #1 overall.
What do we think about the Hornets wanting to take Brandon Miller? What do we think about that? Do you guys think that's stupid? Are you guys on board with that? As a Blazers fan, I'm on board with it. I'm on board with it. Oh God! Don't remind me that the Blazers took Greg Oden. I can't even say that because I wasn't even really paying attention to basketball in 2007. Let me not act like I was there. Let me not front like that. Man.
In 2021, and Jabari Smith Jr. with the 3rd pick in last year's draft. So we'll see what happens tonight. As for tonight's draft, though, Jonathan Givony and Jeremy Wu released a new mock draft just earlier today. They had Brandon Miller going 2nd and Scoot Henderson
That's
going
wild,
3rd.
man.
Following that, they had the Thompson twins, Amen and Nassar, going 4th and 5th, respectively. We now welcome our NBA draft analyst, Jonathan Givony.
Jonathan Givony
has been undergoing any and all necessary changes based on the up-to-the-minute intel that you are receiving with this draft just moments away, really. What's the latest you're hearing that could affect the Mavs plan at #10?
Mavs plan?
Well, Shay, I think trades, that's the big thing that NBA teams are looking at with Dallas. How do they feel about Luka? How happy is he with the Mavericks long term? And the way that they go with this pick at 10 is going to tell us a lot about.
Yo, J2S, thank you for subscribing, my friend.
If they decide to draft a young player there, I think they're the process that they're in good standing with Luka long term. If they decide to make a trade and, get the best veteran player that they can get at 10, then I think that tells you that they feel some real pressure here to win around Luka Doncic as quickly as possible.
Okay, so if the Mavs do stay put and make that pick at #10, what do you think the trickle-down effect is then with the rest of the lottery?
Lively or Hendricks to Dallas?
I mean, we're looking at 11 with Orlando. Also,
Timothy,
heavy in
thank you again for the $2 super chat.
We have Grady Dick from Kansas penciled in here. 6'7".
He says Charlotte should take Scoot. Can't draft for need at 2. I think a lot of people will agree with you, Timothy. Personally, for me as a Blazers fan, I'm on board with it, man. Charlotte, do your thing. Do your thing, Charlotte.
Lottery in different ways.
Do your thing, MJ.
Like Bilal Coulibaly, who we have penciled in right now at 12, going to Oklahoma City. This is a franchise that's not afraid to take swings on upside, and nobody has more upside in this draft than Bilal Coulibaly. He's only 18 years old, 6'8", 7'2" wingspan. Long-term project.
But again, Timothy, thank you for another $2 super chat.
6 or 7 pick.
Appreciate you, man. I really do.
And enter the 2024 draft. Kobe Buffkin at 13 to Toronto. This is his preferred landing spot. This is where Kobe Buffkin would like to go. He had a very strategic draft process, not doing many workouts. He wants to go to a place like Toronto where there are minutes to be had in the backcourt, where there's a pathway for him to start. That situation doesn't necessarily exist in Oklahoma City.
By the way, Chad, you guys have been awesome so far tonight.
So, all of these
I appreciate you guys.
Dominoes All these pieces, that's what we've been trying to piece together here for the past few weeks with our mock draft. Shay.
Facts, Timothy.
Okay, so
please draft Charlotte or Brandon Miller at 2.
To his career at Michigan, where he finished 20 points, 7 boards, 3 assists on average over his final 5 games. Jonathan, I know you've been covering this draft for weeks.
Oh, Lake, you're probably right, but I'm not sure what they'll have. That's the thing.
And certainly the draft.
If we take Scoot at 3, if the Blazers get Scoot at 3, I don't know what the plan is from there. I mean, immediately I'm thinking that Dame is gone. That's just my an instant negative reaction. Unless if there's a trade they're still gonna make, I don't know. But that doesn't feel good. If we do take Scoot at 3, that means Dame is probably gone, I imagine. But maybe there's a trade. I don't know. Hashim says crushables if we offer you Siakam for 3rd and Simons. Well, the problem with that is it sounds like Siakam is telling teams that if they were to trade for him, he's not going to resign. So, yeah. The problem with that, Cobra Kai, is I don't think Dame is going to be on board with that. I'm watching it on YouTube TV, which is ESPN. I think Dame would complement Siakam. I think they'd be a good duo as well. I think Jeremy Grant and Siakam are too similar, in my opinion. But, yeah, Siakam would be cool, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's on the table anymore. Sounds like Siakam isn't going to resign with a different team, so I don't see Portland offering the 3rd overall pick without knowing if he would resign. Do you think Grant will resign? I think if Damian Lillard is still here, I think Grant resigns. If we end up trading Dame, I think Jeremy Grant is gone. Which is another huge problem. If Damian Lillard were to get traded, not saying tonight, but because I don't think he gets traded tonight, regardless of what happens. I think it'll be a patient, more interesting approach. But that would mean Portland literally traded CJ McCollum for nothing, essentially. Or whoever get with the 23rd overall pick is what we trade CJ McCollum for. That's it. Because if Jeremy Grant walks because Dame isn't going to be here, because he would walk. Jeremy Grant's not staying if Dame is not here. I promise you that. That is terrible management, man. So that's another problem. We're going to let Jeremy Grant walk for nothing. Bro, Chris Middleton declined his $40 million player option. Yeah, I think he's just going back to Milwaukee as I hit my mic. Dalen says, I'm hearing Tyus is getting flipped tonight. I could see that happening. There's definitely a world where that happens. I could also see him staying. We shall see. Do you think the Lakers are going to trade the 17 picks for Pacers, Buddy Hield, and Miles Turner? No. I don't think so. But I could be wrong. I don't think the Pacers are going to trade Miles Turner. Is OG getting traded tonight? Maybe, man. Maybe. If you're the Suns GM, would you trade Aiden? Absolutely. Blazers to sign Chris Middleton? No. No thanks. We don't have cap space. So don't see where that could even happen. And he isn't really something we should be going for, in my opinion. Because we don't have cap space. We couldn't even get him if we wanted to. Yeah, plus Chris Middleton is not really the guy that's taking you over the hump. I think the only way a big trade happens if it's happening with Portland. Or maybe Charlotte makes a trade. I don't know. Timothy with another $5 super chat. He's got the scoop. He says, my buddy played blackjack with Dame at Spirit MT about a month ago. Overheard Dame talking about going to the Nets. Well, I mean, I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, so. The Nets at least have a little bit more to offer than the Heat, that's for sure. I'll say that. What I would want out of Brooklyn as the main piece in return would be Nick Claxton. Even then, that's risky, though, because he's an unrestricted free agent next year. So, I'm hoping This is what I'm hoping for, because Twitter's been annoying. I'm hoping this Dame chatter is going to be put to rest. I'm hoping this Dame chatter is put to rest. Because if you guys have been on Twitter, they're nonstop talking about Damian Lillard, bro. Like, that's all that I've seen on Twitter. It's so annoying. It's like, leave the man alone. But that's all everyone's talking about right now. So I'm hoping that Portland just gets this figured out, man. That's what I'm hoping for.
We are getting ready for the NBA draft. The fans are ready, and so are the prospects. Looking so fresh and so clean, and I gotta say, despite how Victor Wembanyama is making them look, I mean, they are tall, all of them. It's just that he's 7'5". Of course, that is on the way, but it's all about Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs, who over the past 10 years have done pretty well in the draft. In 2016, they drafted DeJounte Murray out of Washington.
Yeah, that guy's not a fan of the Blazers, by the way.
The most in franchise history.
That's definitely a Miami Heat fan undercover or whatever.
Derek White out of Colorado. He spent 5 seasons in San Antonio and then was traded to the Celtics in 2022. Could describe him as an energy guy. And then last year, the Spurs
I don't think so, Anthony. I think he stays in Washington.
With the 9th overall pick, he was named to the All-Rookie second team and will now play alongside Victor Wembanyama next season. Shay?
Oh, Elle, do I dare age myself and say I was in the room 15 years ago when Chicago, with a 1.7% chance, got the #1 overall pick that
it's a nerve-wracking night, boys.
At home. And despite knowing exactly what my hometown was going to do that night, draft night hype was real.
I have no idea, Yaman, or however you say your name. I have no clue how to handle that.
Zion heading to New Orleans. Now it is San Antonio's turn as they get ready for the Wemby era. And
Victor Wembanyama.
Welcome to San Antonio, Texas. Say hey to Pigpen and the Alamo. Texans fought for independence right here.
Wembanyama is not falling to 3. Let's be real.
Tonight, by drafting Victor Wembanyama, they're fighting for another championship.
Do you think the Spurs will trade it for a point guard? I think they definitely could. I would not be surprised, because they got a lot of draft picks that they want to trade back into the lottery. Very true, Frogger. Very true.
The Wemby thing is possible. Coach Popovich on his
40 minutes to begin the draft, and I'm eating my nails.
So you had this painted 2 months ago before the Spurs ever won the lottery?
Yeah, we heard it was pretty good, so we thought we'd put him up for good luck. Who'd have thought?
It worked.
Sure did.
This guy can manifest the future. I'm here to see Mr. Joe Barber.
Yeah, that's me.
Word on the street is some guys around town been getting Wemby cut in their hair.
That's right.
Bro, I swear.
Tone. Let's do this, Joe.
Oh, man.
Get it. All right, Marty. Which one do you want?
This isn't really important. I'm going to mute. All right. Yeah, I'm going to mute. Those aren't really that important. Cool, Vic. Cool, Spurs getting Vic. Congrats. I wish I could be in your shoes right now. Future of the franchise decided in 5 minutes between Charlotte pick and ours. No pressure at all. Yeah, no pressure. Yes, they are right now. What should the Raptors do? I think the Raptors should blow it up personally, but doesn't sound like they will. Masai Ujiri is too stubborn. Do you want to trade Dame if it was your choice? No, I want to build around Dame. If it was my choice, I'm building around Dame. Do you think the Rockets are drafting Almond at 4? I think if he's there, yeah, but it sounds like Portland's pretty interested in Almond Thompson as well. Portland should blow it up. Would Case Wallace be good pick up at 13? I think so. Bro, we all know Dame is leaving Portland. No, that's what everyone thinks, but we'll see. Blazers need a better center than Nurkic. No, they don't. That is not the top priority right now. They need a small forward. Nurkic is not the biggest problem. He gets so much slander. It's not even funny. Honestly, when Dame does get traded, I'm gonna be super. I said win like it's a done deal. If he does, I'm gonna be super sad, like really sad. Bro, Nurkic is trash. He's not the best center in the NBA, but he's not as bad as people talk him to be. Like, he's not as bad as people think he is. People act like he's like just so bad. Yo, no. 2 weeks, that is not justified. Nurkic before the leg injury was a stud. Before the leg injury, Nurkic was amazing. But after, post-leg injury Nurkic, he's a fine center. He's not the best center in the NBA. No, he's not. No, he's not. Just stop. He's a bottom 5 center in the league. No, he's not. Yeah, that's just way too disrespectful. I'm not saying he's a good center, but he is not a bottom 5 center in the league. He's average. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, just read the chat. Nurkic just the scapegoat. Like, that's what everyone thinks is Portland's biggest problem when he's really not. He's fine. He's nothing special. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's great, but he's not, like, terrible either, like everyone thinks he is. Nurkic or Vucevic? I think I would take Nurkic. I think Nurkic's a little bit better defensively. And Nurkic started shooting threes last year. Watch the games again. He's hot garbage. I watch the games. Unless if you have Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic, every center has their flaws. Give me Nurkic making 17 million a year over Ayton making 32. No, we don't. We don't have to trade 3 for Paul George because we can't even match his contract without including Simons and Nurkic, which would just deplete our depth. So we don't have to trade for Paul George. Nurkic or Mitchell Robinson? I'd probably go Mitchell Robinson because he's younger. Probably a little bit better of a shot blocker as well. And Mitch Robinson probably more mobile, but it's not worth trading Nurkic in an asset to get Mitchell Robinson. It's like not that close. I already said I'd take Nurkic right now over Ayton because Ayton's making 32 million a year. If Ayton was making the same amount of money as Nurkic, give me Ayton, but they're not making the same amount of money. Daniel Gafford to be a solid pickup. That's what I want. I want Daniel Gafford and DeLon Wright from the Wizards. Can't wait to see who the Lakers draft. No way if Harden stays. This won't happen. Would you do 3 and Dame for Wembanyama? I don't know. Probably not. I don't even know why that's just never even gonna happen, but I don't think the Spurs, that even doesn't make sense for San Antonio to do, so probably not. Jokic demanding a trade tonight? Yeah, totally. Would you trade Simons in 3 for Zion? Yeah, I think I would. Because Zion could help Damian Lillard right away, and he could be a huge part of the rebuild going forward. He's still super young. I would do that. Simons and pick 3 for Zion. I'd take the big swing. The upside is totally there. If it hits, you're talking about a really good trade. Shaden Sharpe's role next year, he's either going to be a starter or a 6-man. Why don't Blazers just trade Sharpe and cash in on his value? Because they believe in his upside. He's got a lot of upside, Shaden Sharpe does. From Shaden Sharpe to be able to come from not playing a single game of college basketball and coming into the league and playing the way he did, that's just like shows what kind of upside Shaden Sharpe has. I'm not saying Shaden Sharpe's gonna be a superstar one day, but the upside for Shaden Sharpe is definitely there, which is why he's untouchable in the first place unless you're getting like Embiid or Giannis. Because Shaden Sharpe would probably start at the 2 unless they get like a different MLE shooting guard or something, but yeah, exactly. Dalen puts it best. Sharpe was a steal. I mean, I think if Sharpe would have played in college, it would have been a little bit of a different story. He probably wouldn't even been available at 7 for Portland. So I think they really believe in his upside with what he showed coming from, like I said, not playing a single game of college basketball. The unknown was so crazy. No one knew what to expect. He came in and impressed right away. Now, he did fall off a little bit as the season went on, but when we started tanking, Obviously, Shaden Sharpe showed what kind of player he could be with a little bit more freedom. So the upside for Shaden Sharpe is clearly there, which is why Shaden Sharpe is, untouchable. Which, by the way, little fun fact, I did not know this, but Shaden Sharpe's sophomore year of high school, he actually played 30-minute. He actually didn't play that. He literally played at a school that's not even that far from me, which I never even knew, which is wild. I think it was Sunrise Christian Academy or something like that. It's not even that far from where I live. It's crazy. That's wild though to think about. That Shaden Sharpe played here for a second. Only a sophomore year though, of high school. You should support Hornets. Oh, it says, who should I support? Magic or Hornets? Support the Magic. You think the Timberwolves should trade Cat? No, I don't think they will. What are your thoughts on Nasir Little? Nasir Little showed signs of promise, but he can never stay healthy. That's the problem with Nasir Little. What do you think about a Dame trade in Miami? I personally think Miami's package sucks. That's just my opinion. I don't like the package Miami has to offer for Damian Lillard, but I know some people think Dame isn't worth that much, which I tend to disagree, but as NBA fans, we all have our own opinions. So I tend to think a guy coming off his best season of his career, still a top 10 player in the league, I think he should go for a decent amount, not what Miami has to offer, in my opinion. That's my opinion, though. Would you like Cat with Dame? No. Cat does not solve our defensive issues. Bro, what do you think about Nurkic? I already said Nurkic is a fine center. He's not the best, but he's not the worst either. Everyone just hates... Dude, I'm telling you, Nurkic is the scapegoat for everybody. Even Blazers fan. You live in Sunrise, Florida? No. He went to a school... It was Sunrise Christian Academy, I think. It was a private... I don't remember. But it was not even that... It's not even that far from where I live, which is wild. What do you think is going to go down at pick 3? Bro, I don't know. I have no clue. Man. What should the Heat do this offseason? They should stop trying to trade for Dame. That's what they should try to stop doing. Leave him alone. Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, Miami should try to cash in on that Tower Hero package that they've been trying to get for so long. Maybe it is. Maybe they do get Dame. I would hate if it went down. But if they can't go get Dame, maybe they pivot to Zach LaVine or something. I don't know. I would have loved if they got Bradley Beal. I think that'd been good for them. Trade Nurkic for a defensive center and a wing. Yep. Mama mentality. You got it. That's just so easy. Because Nurkic has a ton of trade value that we're going to get a defensive center and a wing for Nurkic. It's that easy, man. I wish it were that easy. Blazers need to blow it up, in my opinion. Some people have that opinion, and that's totally fine. New viewer, new subscriber, Wiz fan, what we've done, do you see as getting Hendricks or Cam with our pick, or do you project us taking with Jones as Poole as our starting backcourt? Oh, yeah, that's a good point, because everyone thought the Wizards would take a point guard. Good question, man. Good question. I'm not sure.
In the draft have been
I think the Wizards getting Hendricks or something like that, or Whitmore, that'd be awesome for them. If you had a chance to trade Nurkic, would you do it? Depends who it's for.
Swung back to Miller. Oh, just when you thought our analysts had passed, we go and save the best for last. Joining us
what's going on?
Our basketball analyst and do everything woman, Andrea Carter. Dre, unless the Spurs throw us like the biggest curveball.
I don't, Dalen. I'm sorry. I don't want to see these Miami fans win.
On what the Hornets should do
I don't.
Number 2, who do you see them picking, Miller or Henderson?
Yeah, it's really crazy. I need to look into how these odds work, Elle, because for me, seeing Henderson flip to being the more favorable pick this morning was confusing, because I genuinely feel like Brandon Miller is a better fit for Charlotte. I mean, Scoot Henderson is incredibly athletic. He can get to the rim. He is strong, extremely strong for his age. I understand he has been playing against pros in the G League Ignite. That gives him a little bit of an edge as far as playing against grown men these last couple of seasons. He is
my favorite player is Damian Lillard, if that wasn't already obvious.
but Brandon Miller is a pure shooter. He is a 6'9" forward that hits threes at 38%. And let's talk about Charlotte. That's the team that has the second pick. And if you were talking fit, Charlotte is a team that struggled from beyond the arc. And when I say struggle, I mean they were 29th in terms of three-point field goal percentage. I feel like Brandon Miller can walk into Charlotte, and with his ability to knock down threes, he has an immediate impact. Again, that's not all that Brandon Miller does. He can also get to the rim. He can also defend multiple positions. He has great size to play off of the ball. Scoot Henderson plays more on the ball. He's more the point guard. He's more the facilitator. So in terms of fit, as far as their skill set and what they're bringing, I think Brandon Miller is the better option for Charlotte.
Yeah, he's drawing a lot of comparisons to Brandon Ingram and his personal greatest of all time, Paul George, but he's also, as you mentioned, one of 2 D1 players in the last 30 seasons that had 600 points, 300 rebounds, 100.
The draft actually starts in like 30 minutes, guys.
Switching gears, a couple of wings.
Holy moly, it starts in 30 minutes.
Soon after Miller, identical twins, Amen and Asar Thompson. They've got a lot of similarities, but what in your mind makes them so different, Dre?
Well, it's crazy because it's so easy, right, to look at twins and they look just alike and just group them together. But the game that they play and the way that they perform on the court, it is different. Amen is a point guard. He plays on
Splash
the
Demon,
ball.
thank you
He
for
is a true
subscribing.
point guard, and he is so dynamic when it comes to getting to the paint. Showed glimpses of being able to knock down the three, but he did not do that consistently. That right there is what you saw him do night in and night out for Overtime Elite. Dunk the basketball, finish in the paint. He is elite at finishing at the rim. Now, on the opposite side of things, Asar, he, for me, isn't as much of a specialist, right? Like, Amen, in my opinion, is a specialist. He's going to break you down with the dribble. He is going to blow past you. Asar is the twin that does everything. He can knock down threes, play full court defense. His defensive intensity is one of my favorite things about his game. He can get to the rim. He's more of a slasher than he is an exploding up guy, but he does everything. 3-level scorer, truly tough defender, one of the best defenders in the draft, and he can knock down threes at a better clip than Amen. So good in transition. So they're both great. They're both freak athletes. They're both 6'7". They both have an incredibly high ceiling. But Amen, more of a specialist in terms of ball handling and getting to the rim.
Man.
Asar, a little bit more
Bro,
of a
the decision is coming. Oh, my heart can't take this.
One of them's going to have the edge in the sibling rivalry conversation. We haven't had a pair of brothers drafted in the same year since the Morris twins back in 2011. And Dre, never in the top 10. We'll see Andrea Carter as our coverage kicks off in just a little bit. Thanks for joining us here, Dre.
I'm definitely stressed, man.
In fact, Al, the 77th annual NBA.
Also, the problem, I know I said this earlier, but like I get the direction of wanting to go young and trade Dame, but this front office has been lying to us for 2 years if that's what they've been wanting to do this whole time. They convinced Dame to sit out so we could tank, and they promised him they would get him help. And here we are with the asset to get him help. They better pull through, man. That's all I got to say.
I'll do necklaces, rings, shoes.
All of it. All the bedazzled.
And don't deny it.
The draft, 30 minutes starting.
Sure. I'm wearing
all the glitz and glamour.
Let's see if Malika Andrews has a grill on as she gets our coverage started.
30 minutes, man.
He's a big-time player, a generational talent.
I'm gonna go to the restroom, boys.
The league's really in trouble when he comes in.
I'll be back. I'll keep
Victor
the audio
Wembanyama is simply the greatest draft prospect in the history of the NBA.
All right, man.
This player is not like any other.
It's gonna be a crazy night.
Cheat code type vibe.
That's unguardable.
There's no hype with this. This is fact.
Are you down in the future?
In 1 minute, you could go from irrelevant to set for 20 years.
After a week chock full of anticipation, of fanfare, press appearances, autographs, their night, it has finally arrived. And yes, all eyes, they are on the French phenom. He is a generational talent, but the talent, it doesn't stop there. And before stepping into their future, they stepped onto the red carpet. Victor Wembanyama is there now with Stephen A. Smith.
First of all, Victor Wembanyama, welcome here. Congratulations on everything. First of all, what's the outfit? Everybody needs to know the style that you're rocking right now.
Well, I've been thinking about this for a long time. You know, that color, first of all, the green, I like it. You know, it sounds like it resembles me, first of all. It sounds like, you know, a little bit alien, outer space. That chain.
Oh, man.
That stone inside it is called bismuth. It's not an expensive stone, actually.
Victor Wembanyama's looking good, boys.
If you look into it, the shapes and the colors, it really looks like a kind of like a galaxy, like a supernova or something. And I like space, so this is really important to me. And the fact that it's not expensive too. I don't just wear expensive stuff because it's expensive.
Mama mentality. We don't have any picks we can trade.
It's really beautiful.
We don't have any future picks to trade like that.
What do you feel you're going to bring to the NBA and to the San Antonio Spurs? We can think it, but what do you think you're going to bring?
You know, I know I can bring so much more than just basketball to a franchise. My goal is always going to be to win titles, obviously, but also to the community, to the franchise, to the fan base. I know I can bring so much more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen A. That element, bismuth, that Victor Wembanyama is wearing, is believed to help you achieve your goals, especially when working as a part of a team. Fitting choice for the night. Welcome to the NBA Draft of 2023, presented by State Farm. And buckle up, my friends. We are with you for the next 5.5 hours. Jay Billis, Andrea Carter, Malika Andrews, and JJ Redick. There has been so much that has happened in the last day.
Oleg, I would do that trade, but the Nets say no, unfortunately.
We're going to get to those trades in just a little bit, but we need to start with the man of the hour.
Run it, cuz says it. The Nets would never do that.
Welcome in our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski, because Woj, there has never quite been
my goodness,
like Victor.
Malika, that's right. Victor Wembanyama is a revolutionary player arriving.
Oh, the chills are going down my spine.
Not just
nervous.
The most advanced prospect that the NBA has ever seen, but perhaps the most advanced draft prospect in the history of professional team sports. Wembanyama comes uniquely motivated and uniquely prepared, not just to carry the burden of a storied San Antonio Spurs franchise.
Buckle up, boys.
But ultimately to carry the mantle for an entire league.
Woj, thank you so very much. We're going to be checking back in with you in a little bit. We know that Victor, he has lofty goals in this league, but just because you're a number one pick, JJ, that doesn't necessarily mean that success is going to translate into the NBA, as we've seen.
Well, in the draft lottery,
I do know the network.
Number one picks. Victor Wembanyama likely will be the 39th. Of those 38 prior picks, only 3 have gone on to be
Don't count on that.
MVP. And that's Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, and someone that the San Antonio Spurs drafted, Tim Duncan. You think about all the great players, Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving. Look, it's really hard to win in the NBA. There's a bunch of factors that go into it, but no one is as prepared mentally, physically, skill-wise as Victor Wembanyama to go on and achieve those heights.
Yeah, absolutely. We both had a chance to talk to him this week. So impressed just by the poise that he brings. So I turn to our
25
MVP
minutes,
in his
we're about to know.
21st NBA draft, Jay Billis. If he is going to achieve all it is that he wants to on the floor, what is it that you see from him now that you think can translate?
You see something, Malika, you've never seen before in basketball, and that's essentially a 6'2" guard in a 7'5" body. We've never seen, it's hard to wrap your head around. You have to see it to
favorite Blazer of all time besides
Dame.
Dame.
Victor Wembanyama is this
probably CJ.
Incredible combination of size, crazy length, and skill.
He is still our
remarkable.
coach.
And Woj used the term revolutionary. You know, we hear almost annually generational talent. So we see a lot of guys that are uber talented. This guy's different from uber talented. He's on a different level. And at age 19, I think Woj is right. And JJ, like,
I don't think so.
He's prepared for this. He's been conditioned for it. He's behaved like a pro basically his whole life.
Yeah. You can trade during the draft.
And I think both mentally, physically, he is
Danny DeVito getting
really
traded? Yes.
For this. And I don't see anything derailing this train to greatness except for injury.
Right.
And that's true of a lot of players, but he is absolutely remarkable. I've never seen anything like him.
He has a whole country as well that is rallying behind him, and I feel like we should have asked.
Yeah, you're probably right, Timothy. I just wasn't alive for the Clyde Drexler era.
Only Brian Windhurst gets
or,
that treatment.
You gotta tell us how you do that.
Because when did Clyde get traded?
Paris. You've been
I don't
with
remember.
folks over there. What is the reaction right now to Victor Wembanyama?
It was like early 2000s. So I was like, wasn't it? No. Wasn't it 90s when he got traded? I don't know, man.
Called her today, and she said they are freaking
I should know
out
this,
in
but I
France.
forgot.
He said it's very rare that in normal conversations,
But I wasn't really
start to permeate, that people
watching
bring
basketball.
up sports topics randomly. Maybe for soccer, they do that in France. That is happening with Wemby countless times. She'll be talking about something completely irrelevant, and someone will say, have you seen Wemby? Have you seen Victor Wembanyama? There are newspapers that have dedicated
Rasheed
pages
Wallace, I knew
to
that.
the draft, how to watch, what the details are. There are news stations that have dedicated programming to informing everybody.
Pelicans received a meeting in recent days with Scoot Henderson. New Orleans pursued a top 2, but both Charlotte and Portland so far are expressing no interest in moving
pick. The Spurs have been
pick.
supported by France before. Yep. And that's huge. I mean, they have seen France rally behind the Spurs. Tony Parker, Boris Diaw, when they won championships.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Victor was a fan of the Spurs.
We'll see.
Wore a Tony Parker jersey when he was growing up. I mean, the connection for him to be in this franchise is remarkable.
And if folks are so excited to see Victor Wembanyama leaving France, and I can only imagine how folks feel
Why
in
am I
San
yawning,
Antonio,
man?
waiting with open arms to welcome him. So let's head to San Antonio now and check in with our Marty Smith. Hey, Marty.
Malika, good evening from San Antonio, Texas. 1,800 miles from where you guys sit in Brooklyn, New York, but you'd never know it. There's more than 12,000 people here in the AT&T Center to welcome Victor Wembanyama to their town, to San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio is hyped right
And
now.
I know I've heard you guys talking about the threads of the young prospects all day long. You don't have to be in New York to have great threads. I got a nice fit, and these guys can't get this.
I hope Portland
just
trades the
yet.
pick to get Dame help. That's what I'm hoping for.
Underground, but just wait a few minutes, my friend. It's coming. Now, I can't give these guys a brand new jersey just yet, but I got a friend who might be able to help me give them a brand new
Oh my
t-shirt.
goodness, man.
That'll be all right? All right, let's do it. Here we go. We're ready. Who wants a t-shirt? Here we go.
I want Jaylen Brown. Zion would be cool as well, but we'll see. Zion, or not Zion, Victor Wembanyama, man.
Malika, they are so ready to welcome yet another generational talent to their town, to Texas, and
Sounds like Coach Malone.
win yet another championship here in San Antonio.
Yeehaw, Marty. San Antonio is clearly ready.
Outside of Zion and Brown, what is there realistically to trade for? I don't know, man. It's not looking good. I'll say that. It's definitely not looking very good.
San Antonio Spurs. There he is, sitting in the green room, but he's not the only one. Coming up on our show, we discuss who is headed to Charlotte at number 2.
Oh, man.
Might it be Brandon Miller? Could it be Scoot Henderson? Ooh, that's some nice grip.
That is
Scoot.
Where's my grill?
Coming up after the break.
All right, we're on commercial, boys. Oh, okay. Paul George is not on the table for Portland. I don't think that's a thing that could happen because Portland would have to give up more than Anthony Simons, and I think that's gonna be too rich for Portland to go through with. Clyde was traded to Houston in 1995. Yeah, exactly. I was not alive yet, so I was not around for the Clyde Drexler era whatsoever, which I thought was the case. But yeah, I think Portland is at the point where Boston or New Orleans, or if Brooklyn comes down on their asking price, that I think those are the 3 teams, man. And they're all pipe dreams. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of expecting us to pick at number 3, and that may be signaling the end of the Dame era, which is going to make me very, very sad. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. Wow, I can already feel myself about to cry. What? Oh, man. I don't know why. Man, I don't want it to be the end. It's going to suck so bad, man. It may not mean it. I don't know. Can't overreact. But we'll see. We'll see. Are you going to show the stage? No, I cannot show the draft. I would get banned. Goose, I don't know, man. I think Brooklyn is tripping for not accepting that. I think that's overpaying by us. But, I mean, to keep Dame in town, I think You know, you do it. Mikal is exactly what we've needed for years, even if you are definitely overpaying. So there's a chance you traded Scoot and Simons for Mikal, which may never turn into anything, but I guess that would mean that Mikal, and that would probably mean Dame retires a Blazer, though. What did the Blazers offer Bridges? Apparently they offered Simons and pick 3 for Mikal Bridges, and Brooklyn declined it. That's what's being reported. Anyway.
Welcome back to the 2023 NBA Draft. Scoot Henderson.
18 minutes.
Looking fly tonight. I don't think he's short on any diamonds. On his suit, on his chain.
Who do you think he's talking? Well, you guys can't see it, but he's on the phone right now. Who do you think he's talking to?
Our Adrian Wojnarowski reported that both of these players went back to Charlotte for a second workout this week. We will see who is headed there at number 2. I want to bring in our senior NBA insider, Bobby Marks, into the conversation because, Bobby, I want to talk to you a little bit more about Brandon Miller. His name did surface in court testimony involving a case where his former teammate and another man, they've been indicted for capital murder in the fatal shooting of 23-year-old Jamia Harris in January. The University of Alabama has described Miller as a cooperating witness. How is this factoring, if at all, into how teams are evaluating him?
Yeah, Malika, part of the draft process is for every team to conduct a thorough background and vet every player, whether you have the 2nd pick in a draft or the 30th pick in a draft. And the situation in Charlotte is no different. And now it is up to ownership to make a decision whether Brandon Miller fits with that organization.
You didn't know that we are Cavs? Yeah, it's a big thing. Brandon Miller
insider Adrian Wojnarowski
was he's got a story behind him.
They went back to Charlotte for an additional workout in the past week. What are you hearing about who they're zeroing in on at number 2?
Malika, that's right. And speaking of Charlotte ownership, this is the final draft for outgoing majority owner Michael Jordan in Charlotte. He's been in town all week, watched both workouts with Brandon Miller, Scoot Henderson, spent time with both players. I'm told that I think very consistently through this Charlotte organization, from the college season through the pre-draft process, through the final hours tonight, Brandon Miller has remained the preferred choice in Charlotte. We're almost
Desperado, thanks for subscribing.
But I'm told Scoot Henderson has not been able to unseat Miller. This is certainly going to be
please be telling the truth. Please be telling the truth.
Important decision, and one that's going to impact them in free agency this summer. LaMelo Ball, he's up for his rookie extension. I talked to his agent, Sam Permit. He wants, he's enthusiastic about the new ownership group in Charlotte and the chance they have to really put back together a very competitive team. Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, both restricted free agents, and now the possibility of Brandon Miller at number 2, who they believe in Charlotte could be a multi-time All-Star. This is a Charlotte team that could become a playoff team very quickly by keeping this group together, staying healthy.
Well,
dude, this is about to be a crazy first 15 minutes or whatever it is.
Who is the player that Charlotte is getting?
They're getting an elite
The heart
shooter
is about to be beating, boys.
6'9" with a 6'11" wingspan.
The heart is about to be beating.
Very athletic, but his ability to shoot the ball from range. He gets his shot off quickly. He shoots it off the catch. He can shoot it off the dribble, operate as a pick-and-roll handler, and he's really improved in his finishing. Early on in the season, he was not finishing at the rim at a high rate, but that improved.
But it's got to relax and trust the process.
He started taking it to the basket harder. I think he's going to get bigger and stronger in the NBA, but he's a good rebounder. He grabbed over 8 rebounds a game, including a couple offensive rebounds per game. He gets a lot of his own misses, but a super talented player. But the shooting piece is what really stands out about Brandon Miller.
And the shooting piece is what really separates him from Scoot Henderson. I mean, Charlotte struggled from beyond the arc. They need that shooting. But let's not forget, Scoot Henderson is still a very ferocious basketball player. He is a dynamic athlete. He is incredibly strong for his size. He is a competitor.
Thank you, basketball cut.
And he is phenomenal at getting to the rim and finishing. Almost 90% of his jump shots are off the dribble. He hasn't mastered the three-point shot yet. Shot 27% on the season from beyond the arc. But as far as playmaking, facilitating, and creating off the bounce, he is fantastic.
There are some that say that this is really a three-player draft, that after you get past Victor Wembanyama, you can't really go wrong with Scoot or with Brandon Miller. Let's bring in our senior NBA insider, our front office insider, Bobby Marks, because Bobby, that brings us to Portland, and they have a very interesting decision to make as all eyes are on Damian Lillard and his future.
Yeah, Malika, 3 different doors that Portland can open here. Certainly the first one is staying put at number 3 and drafting a young player to pair with Shaden Sharpe and Damian Lillard. The second is to go out and move that 3rd pick for an established all-star, someone that maybe fits Damian Lillard's timeline on this roster. And the third, the most drastic, is to look for trade suitors when it comes to Damian Lillard. Certainly for a player who's been with that organization 12 years, he's built up a lot of equity with that organization, and you would think if there is that, we get to that point, Damian Lillard will be part of that conversation.
Bobby, thank you so very much. JJ, do I dare ask you which door you open of the 3 that Bobby just laid out?
Oh, God. Goodness.
No, but look, I think the interesting thing here with both the 2nd and the 3rd pick, those teams already have lead guards, and that's what Scoot Henderson projects to be, and you wonder if either team drafts him, how much are you taking away from his development as a future franchise player if he's playing off the ball?
We also have the Thompson twins that are in this draft, and for that, let's hear from our Monica.
Thank you, Malika. Amen and Asar, you guys get to share tonight, not only with your twin brother, but with your family here, your older
Amen and
brother,
Asar
your
looking
parents, your extended
pretty
family.
nice, too.
How exciting is tonight, as it is the culmination of many of your dreams?
It means everything to be here with the people that love me, the people that always supported me and always had my back. So I'm extremely grateful. And
Oh, my goodness, 12 minutes, man.
It's an exciting time.
My heart can't take it.
Me and my family, we're just making the most of it.
I wonder if Sham's going to be spoiling picks.
Is a part of you guys' story. Tonight, you probably will go to different cities and begin your careers as individual NBA players.
I need to say this,
what are you excited about as you embark on the next chapter?
I'm just excited to get into a new city, meet my new team, you know, just feeling my way out into the league. I'm super excited to see where I'm going to end up after tonight, you know, get to meet my teammates, coaches, all that. I'm going to miss him, but, you know, I'm confident he's going to be good wherever he's at.
What are you going to do to stay in touch?
Face on. He's going to get a PS5 so that I can play a video game with him for once. He said he's going to miss me. He don't answer my calls, so he's not really going to miss me that much. Maybe he's going to start now.
Well, Amen, Asar, congratulations thus far. Congratulations on a big night. We look forward to seeing where you guys are headed.
All right.
Malika, back to you.
Monica, thank you so much. I can relate. I can barely get Kendra to answer my text. She's left me on red right now. Let's talk a little bit about Amen on the court, though, Jay.
Amen Thompson is a freak athlete. So is Asar. 7-foot wingspan. Really athletic, a driver and a playmaker. And the better passer, I think, of the two, although both of them can pass.
Scoot is overrated. Charlotte will be real happy if they take Miller.
Athlete with great speed and transition.
I think you're in the minority on that opinion, but we'll see, man.
Yeah, and the thing about Asar Thompson is that he has shown that he can be a better shooter. He shot 40% from beyond the arc in the playoffs this season, made 3 threes per game at 21 points per game as well. He can score at all 3 levels. He is a dynamic defender.
I low-key don't even know if any of my mods are here, to be honest with you. I feel like a lot of the mods that I had don't even watch my videos anymore.
Side of this break. Look at Sharpe, young men.
All right, man.
Starting a new.
It's about to be wild. Probably have like 1 or 2 commercials until it's go time. Oh, boys, send help. Send help. Oh. Yo, thank you, Ali, for the comment, man. Appreciate it. Wow. Shams is still saying it's 50-50 in Woj. So Woj and Shams are on 2 totally different opinions, I guess. Wow. Man. I might throw up. I legit might throw up. Who are the Hornets going to take? Well, Shams is saying that's 50-50 apparently, and Woj said that the Hornets are taking Brandon Miller. So, thoughts on Chris Paul joining the Warriors? I like it. I think it makes a lot of sense for both teams. Look, boys, look, I'm loaded. I got 3 of these bad boys. So, I'm loaded, man. I'm loaded. You need a beer? I don't drink alcohol, unfortunately. Maybe it's not unfortunate, but I'm not a alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. Where should the Suns trade Ayton? Yo, thank you. It's your boy Jess. I appreciate that. He's going to be pissed 10 times drinking those. He's gonna. Yeah. I'm not gonna chug him, Dusto. I promise. I'm not gonna chug him because I know I'd be just going back to the bathroom. I think the Hornets might fumble this. It sounded like it, man. All right, we're back, boys. We're back. All right, we're back. Let's see what's going on.
Barclays Center for the 2023 NBA Draft.
What's your go-to soda? I don't drink soda anymore.
Joined tonight by family, friends, and loved ones. It's time to meet this year's draft class.
Chug a bottle of Portland, get scooped.
This versatile point guard is an SEC standout from Arkansas. He is Anthony Black.
Dustin, you're too funny. Anthony Black.
Next, he's a crafty finisher and a breakout
Kobe
star
Buffkin.
from Michigan. Kobe Buffkin. A high-energy big man from Alabama who was selected to the SEC All-Freshman
Noah
team.
Clowney.
Noah Clowney.
Yo, Goose, low key.
This elite
That's for you.
And dedicated defender.
All right, let me
made
stop.
his mark for
I'm too cringe and white for that.
Bilal Coulibaly.
Bilal Coulibaly. Yo, Grady
From
Dick is
Kansas,
dripping, man.
This high-level shooter is a Big 12 all-freshman team selection. Grady Dick.
He's dripping.
Named Big 12 Freshman of the Year. He's a combo guard
Keontae
from
George.
Baylor. Keontae George.
Do you think the Hornets should take Scooter Miller? I don't know, man.
Selected to
I don't know.
NCAA All-Tournament
Jordan
team
Hawkins.
after helping lead Connecticut to a national championship. Jordan Hawkins.
Jordan, I think it was the appeal of getting off Jordan Poole's contract and also getting him away from the Draymond Jordan Poole drama. Because Chris Paul is an expiring contract next year because it's non-guaranteed. So I think they're just like wiping the books of Jordan Poole's contract for the most part.
Is an American Athletic Conference all-freshman team selection. Taylor Hendricks.
Taylor Hendricks.
This skilled floor general from Indiana was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
A lot of people love Jordan Hawkins. I've seen a lot of good things about Jordan Hawkins. So I wonder if Jordan Hawkins goes in the lottery or not.
He's a dynamic shooter and Big Ten all-freshman team selection from Michigan.
Jet Howard. I've seen Jet Howard to the Lakers at 17, maybe.
Next, he's a Pac-12 Player of the Year.
Jaime Jaquez.
From UCLA, Jaime Jaquez Jr. An ACC
Derek Lively.
All-Defensive Team selection from Duke, Derek Lively the second.
Damn, his mom is tall.
From Alabama, he was the nation's highest-scoring freshman.
Brandon Miller.
All-American first-team selection, Brandon Miller. The West Coast Conference Co-Player of the Year.
I don't think, me too, Timothy, but I don't think Derek Lively's falling that far, unfortunately. I think he goes to the Mavericks at 10 or the Thunder at 12.
From Montreal, Canada.
I look like Kevin Huerter.
NBA Academy Latin America. From Marquette, Olivier Maxence Prosper.
Maxence Prosper. I was calling him Maxwell Prosper in my video the other day. Maxence Prosper. Okay.
He's a tenacious competitor from
Raylan Repair. Or Ryan Repair? Yeah, sorry. That was 2K's draft class messing me up for a second.
This combo guard,
Nick Smith,
high-level shot creator from Arkansas, Nick Smith Jr.
Oh man, the Thompson twins.
These twin brothers dominated overtime elite, winning a league championship. An all OTE first team selection, Amen Thompson, and an overtime elite league and finals MVP, Asar Thompson.
Family's huge. Jarris Walker.
He's the American Athletic Conference Freshman of the Year. From Houston, Jarris Walker.
Will there be any trades? Yeah, probably. Case and Wallace. We're 3 minutes away, chat.
SEC All-Freshman Team. Cason Wallace.
Agreed, just agreed, man. I have no idea what the Blazers are doing.
From
oh my gosh.
Villanova.
Whitmore.
He was named Big East Freshman of the Year. Cam Whitmore. And this versatile big man led.
Yeah, Victor Wembanyama, the draft. The
scoring, rebounds, and blocks.
Bro, Vic and his brother look just alike. I'm assuming that's his brother. Wow. They look so similar.
Wembanyama. Fans, let's hear it one more time for this year's draft class.
Oh,
the future
I'm going to throw up.
Here.
We know what's going to happen at 1. Draft starts at 2.
Is palpable. A standing ovation when Victor Wembanyama's name was announced over the public address system. The NBA
I like the
draft
table
and the
setup.
First pick is coming up right after the break.
All right, boys. I got to hit the restroom one last time during the commercial break. I'll be back. Got to get these fluids out of me because it's about to be a crazy 15 minutes. You guys are going to see me go with so many emotions. The emotions for me are about to be high. I will be right back. Whew. Come on, Portland. All right. Pick number 2, man, is about to be wild, man. Pick number 2 is about to determine everything. I'm not going to look at my phone for these first 15 minutes. Holy moly. Pick number 2 is about to be a movie. Yeah, if you spoil, I hate you. Actually, I might not even look at chat, to be honest with you. I might not even look at chat because this is about to be a crazy 15 minutes. Well, we know what's going to happen number 1. So Charlotte at pick 2 is going to determine a lot, and then we'll see what Portland does at 3. Man, this is about to be crazy. Holy moly. I am so nervous. Still on commercial right now. And we're back. I think we're back. Let me make sure. Okay, we're back. You can watch it on ESPN or ABC.
These prospects, they span the globe, and the fans they have lined up outside to
guys, I'm gonna cradle myself. I'm so nervous.
Their lives they are about to change.
Oh wow. Hold on, this ad will probably. This ad, really whatever. I don't even care.
Basketball.
Yeah, Jordan.
My mom was a coach I remember practicing with her from a really young age.
It's a team game from day one.
My dad would always take us to the court. He's the one who really made us fall in love with it.
My coach, he poured his life into us.
My mom's my superhero.
Oh my goodness.
She's the one that put the ball in my hands. Me and my brother, we've been playing basketball since we were 5.
Every success reflects the circle's embrace.
I wouldn't be who I am if it weren't for them. My parents always instilled in me to have big dreams. You gotta put in the work to get to that dream.
They always tell me basketball can take you places. So why not see where it can take you?
Jimmer, this might sound crazy, but I'm still on team trade the pick to get Dame help. That's how I feel about it.
Journey moves forward.
They're gonna be proud. Their son is gonna be in the NBA.
We'll see what happens.
Welcome to the 2023 NBA Draft presented by State Farm. Back in their draft headquarters, teams are making their final deliberations as to who will be joining their franchise. But here in the green room, the nerves, the emotions, they are high because everything these players have worked for is here. But before stepping into their futures, they're stepping onto the red carpet. Victor Wembanyama looking slick in green. And then Brandon Miller.
Honestly,
suit. I'm here for the stripes.
I don't know, man. It's hard.
Henderson,
It's hard.
I'm here for the bling.
he might win.
Yeah.
I guess it's out of my control what happens, so we'll see. We'll see what they decide to do.
A grill. Yeah. You actually gave that to him, didn't you, Jay?
JJ, I think you should have probably been wearing these two. Asar and Amen Thompson. But we will not wait any longer. Here is NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
Oh, goodness. Here it goes.
Good evening and welcome to the 2023 NBA Draft. To the fans here in Brooklyn and around the world, thank you for being part of such a memorable season.
I'm watching it on YouTube TV.
It was a season filled with historic performances and unpredictable competition.
I'm going 0 dark 30 when the Hornets are on the clock, by the way.
All-time scoring leader. We watched a number
Is Sham spoiling it?
reach the finals for just the second time.
Actually, I'm not looking at my phone.
And we saw
I'm going 0 dark 30 when the Hornets are on the clock.
NBA title.
I'm not looking at chat that whole time.
Congratulations again to the Nuggets and the city of Denver on a remarkable championship season. And whether it's the number 7 pick in Jamal Murray from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, or a second-round selection,
Nikola Jokic
from Sombor, Serbia, the Nuggets showed that stars can come
I wonder
from
who's going to go
anywhere in the
number
draft,
1 tonight, boys. Any guesses?
Any pick and from any country. This league is where the very best come to compete in front of a global audience that spans more than 200 countries. And tonight, we usher in the next wave of NBA players. Young men who come from different paths and different backgrounds, who are brought together by their common dream of playing in the NBA. So let's get the night started.
The San Antonio Spurs.
In the 2000
Oh, is he already going to announce it already? Oh, never mind. I was about to say, I was like, damn, he's not even going to let them on the clock. It's like,
to make their selection.
We already just put it in. Push Spurs. Just don't mess around.
Of Spurs fans.
Why is Adam Silver even going back? We already know what's happening. Okay, guys, I think I'm going 0 dark 30. I don't want any spoilers. I'll be back. I'll be back to you guys. I'll read chat again after the Hornets or after Portland picks.
But David Robinson, he was the number 1 pick.
So I love you guys. You guys will watch me stress out.
The Spurs in '89.
And we'll see what happens.
Won an MVP award, but the boat had picked up real speed when Tim Duncan was
I'll be back to y'all in a second.
Overall in 97. The Spurs, they would win their first title in 1999.
Can't look at my phone. Just focus up, man.
Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili.
I don't want any spoilers.
I
want to see what's just going to happen.
5 seasons. And then Kawhi Leonard came on board in 2012, helping the franchise to their latest title in 2014.
Yo, why isn't the pick in yet?
The last 4 playoffs, and here comes Victor Wembanyama.
Yo, Silver, just put. Dude, they better not take the whole 5 minutes. I can't sit here for 5 minutes.
It's the incredible combination
my heart's beating.
Of size, length, skill, and productivity. You know, a lot of times a 19-year-old player will come over internationally and be in a secondary role or a supporting role. That's not Victor Wembanyama. He led the French league in scoring, in rebounding, and block shots. And we've never seen anything like him on a basketball floor before. That combination, his skill level, he shoots the ball. He's
pick
like
is in. All right, San Antonio's about to pick already.
Body.
W.
He's got a fantastic
all right, man. Draft starts with Charlotte.
He's very fluid, incredibly mobile. He takes long strides, but where he really sets himself apart is on the defensive end, because he's a big-time shot blocker, not just around the rim and in the lane, but he can block shots as a range shot blocker. He can switch off onto a pick and roll and guard the ball handler, give him 5 or 6 feet of space to take away the drive, and then recover to a step back. And he did that to Scoot Henderson. He played 2 games against the G League Ignite earlier this year, and he averaged 36 and a half points.
Man, this is stressful times.
When you watch him play, your jaw is on the floor.
Like, how is this? How?
Your jaw is on the floor.
It's unbelievable.
It feels
We've
like
never
every
seen this
single
before.
time that he steps on the floor, Jay, that he presents something we have literally never seen.
Yeah, and it's the combination.
Who does Jay Bilas have, or Bilas, however you say his name? Who does he have over Amin Thompson?
We've seen players that size, but they're usually back to the basket players.
Imagine if Vic wasn't the #1 overall pick.
All over the floor, lateral movement, you name it. He really has it all. He is unique.
That's the part that I want to break down, because I don't think people at home understand how difficult this stuff. So I'm gonna show you.
Jay has
sneakers on to do this, or
we definitely have.
Oh, you came prepared. All right,
I was ready.
He has
for this.
Kim Whitmore over
listen,
Amin Thompson. Interesting.
Go through a basic 1 dribble pull-up, right? Imagine being 7'5" and doing this. So I'm cutting to the ball. Right? When I catch the basketball, I have to stop my momentum right here. Let's just imagine for fun that I want to do a jab step, right? This is the defender. I want to shift the defender this way. So I'm going to lean this way. The defender jumps. I'm 7'5". Now I have to stop all this momentum to go back this way to lose my defender, put the ball on the floor, which it has to travel 10 feet just to get to the floor, because again, I'm 7'5". Then I've got to gather all my weight and my momentum and elevate straight up without leaning too far.
Just make the
pick. This is what happens when I shot a pull-up jump shot.
Just make the pick.
And I would fall.
I can't stand.
No
I can't stand this.
Nothing, because it is extremely hard to do. The way he is on balance, the core strength he has to elevate into his shots under control and hit them with consistency. I don't think people understand how hard it is. JJ, you were an average shooter in your career, right? Because it's hard to do.
Bro, my heart is beating.
Right? That's why you just.
Is that a serious question?
That's why you had a hard time.
Oh,
right?
it's gonna be so.
I'm doing all that at 7'5".
I can't because I topped out at 6'4" with a negative wingspan. So God wasn't as good. God wasn't as good to me. No, Jay brought up something really important here. It's the productivity for me that really stands out. And when I think about his transition into the NBA, you talk about some of the rules that are different between FIBA and the NBA.
Yeah.
Defensive 3 seconds.
They're really
Freedom
milking
of
this, aren't
movement
they?
off the ball. He's going to have spacing in the NBA to operate. Luka Doncic last year said it's way easier to score 30 points in the NBA versus Europe, and Wembanyama is going to benefit from all those things.
When you sat down with him, with your Old Man of the Three podcast, could you sense his maturity, that he's actually ready for this?
Jay, I was blown away. I was blown away by his sense of self, his self-awareness, the mentality, maturity, level-headedness, all of it.
You know, the answer when he was talking about pressure, about how he just doesn't feel it.
He's free in the universe.
What teenager says that?
Come on!
I'm free and truly believe
Just announce him!
That's the thing that struck me from your conversation.
Well, I ask questions like that all the time to young players.
Yeah.
I've never gotten an answer like that. Literally, jaw dropped. I looked at Jason, our head of video, and I said, I think this guy's found enlightenment at 19.
Well, Bill
Must
Walton,
be nice.
But to be fair, Bill Walton said the same thing when he was drafted, but different reasons.
But Bill Walton has kept that enlightenment all the way through. Let's take a look at some of the personal info from Victor Wembanyama, because, Jay, something that is really interesting to me.
Bro, the pick was in like 10 minutes ago.
In NBA rules, other than when he came for an exhibition game here, when we obviously saw him play
maybe I should calm down a little bit. Like, I'm just really anxious, I guess. Okay, let me just relax. I just need this decision. I've been waiting too long.
The pick is in. Here is NBA Commissioner
Finally.
Adam Silver.
Finally. I don't see Adam Silver. There he is. All right. Maybe San Antonio was in the very back, so he had to walk very far or something. I don't know.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
Spurs got their guy. Okay, this is where the draft starts. Charlotte, what are you gonna do?
Every phone in this arena is out capturing this historical moment, because he is perhaps the greatest prospect to ever walk across this stage.
My heart is beating. My heart is absolutely beating.
Following in the footsteps of fellow Frenchman Tony Parker, who he idolized growing up, of Manu Ginobili, of fellow #1 picks Tim Duncan, David Robinson, all of whom won championships with the franchise under the tutelage of Greg Popovich, the winningest coach in league history. And at 7'4", an elite rim protector with outside range, he is where the league's past, Jay.
Nice moment with his teammate. That's dope.
A dominant big man for the modern era.
Singularly unique, and I'm using unique correctly because there are no gradations of unique. You can't be.
This man is so freaking. He's so lanky, man.
English major. Did
you go to Duke?
Oh no, we're not starting the Dukies in the first pick.
Here we go.
But your point about the shot blocking. So in the French league, Rudy Gobert played in the same league.
Right.
Played 27 games. Victor Wembanyama played 34 games.
Look at Adam Silver.
Over 50 more shots than Rudy
Vic is just towering over Adam Silver. Dude,
Dude,
Vic is about to be a freak of nature, man. I will say the expectations for Vic are sky high, man. So
but I think that's going to improve because
I have a feeling even if he's like not great right away, people are going to start calling him a bust because just how high the expectations are, even if it's not warranted.
If you can't be very
at least calling him a bust and crap, like it's gonna be unfair, but I think people are gonna say dumb crap like that.
To back that up.
Because the expectations, man, are so high for this guy.
7'5" in sneakers. He'll be the 6th tallest all time.
Oh man, how much time does Charlotte have on the clock right now?
Guys like Taco Fall.
Bro, I need to hear Brandon Miller at 2.
And when you look at his wingspan, the comp list, it's even
I need to hear Brandon Miller
He's tied for the third longest.
I'm not looking at Twitter. I have no idea what's happening. Maybe Portland made a trade. I doubt it. Maybe Charlotte traded for Zion right now. I have no idea. I'm sure Woj would come in if the trade happens, though.
Because that's what he wears.
Custom made.
When you look at Victor Wembanyama, what do you see?
You know what comes to mind is one of the last things Greg Popovich said this season. He said he has been the best.
Watch him go to commercial.
Serendipity.
Watch him go to commercial, man.
This is Greg Popovich talking about himself. That just got magnified 1,000,000 times because of Victor Wembanyama coming to the Spurs and what he is going to bring.
All right, Charlotte's got 3 minutes on the clock. All right, here we go. It's happening. It's happening.
Incredibly fun to watch.
Well, since I can't.
Okay, Charlotte, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
The ultimate unicorn, somebody who is going to break the mold of what an NBA player could be.
You can see the company he's joining, elite company, as the #1 pick, and he is standing by with Armonica McNutt.
Est-ce qu'on voit maison? Victor, bienvenue à la NBA.
Oh, he's crying. That's awesome.
Tell me what this emotion. Tell me about these tears.
It's just accomplishing something that I've been dreaming of, my whole life. Hearing that sentence from Adam Silver, I've dreamed of it so much.
So happy for you, Vic. So happy for you, man.
I gotta cry, man.
Eve, Oscar, Victor's siblings, there were tears for you guys. What has it been like watching your brother in this pursuit?
That's amazing. We are so proud. We are very happy for you. We are happy for the family, for the friends, for everything, for the basketball. That's
W
so
accent, by the way.
Yeah, I knew that I was gonna tear in
gonna have tears because every time I thought about the settings, like with the first pick and everything, I got this little tears.
Bro, Charlotte is gonna make or break Portland's future right here.
In my eyes. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Oh man, what a great moment for Vic, by the way.
Victor, I do have to ask you though.
Pick is in! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Charlotte, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Thrilled about your potential
Brandon Miller?
in the NBA. And you have said that you don't feel pressure because it's just basketball.
Brandon
How
Miller?
do you begin to leave your mark on this league?
You know, I mean, you know, it's a tough league. It's tough to win this league, you know.
Do not go to commercial for Charlotte's pick. I will be so upset.
For decades and haven't made it, so my goal is I'm going to try and learn as quick as possible because I want to win that ring.
Well, you are going to a storied organization in the San Antonio
Oh my
Spurs.
God, I'm a damn Spurs.
You are a Spurs. Speaking of the Spurs, your teammate, Jeremy Sohan, is here to welcome you.
W. Jeremy Sohan with the purple hair. Looks purple anyway. Maybe it's just the lighting. I don't know. Is it the lighting? No, I think his hair is purple.
Victor and family,
yeah, it's
congratulations.
Purple.
We're going to go to Marty Smith, who is in San Antonio.
Monica, thank you. Good evening. When Commissioner Silver said Victor Wembanyama's name, the AT&T Center went absolutely unhinged, and with good reason, obviously, a generational talent. And I will tell you this, I was reminded today, walking through San Antonio from one end to the other, of the power of sports in the United States of America and across the globe, how it galvanizes and unifies communities. And in this place, they have the Spurs. They know championships in this town. They have 5 banners hanging right there above our heads, and they believe that the Savior is Victor Wembanyama, who will deliver another one in very short order here in San Antonio.
See, the expectations are just so high for this guy.
It's now Wembantonio.
Is that a real tattoo? Are we serious? That might just be his hair, right? There's no way that's it. No, that's his hair. That's not a tattoo, is it? That's insane if it is, by the way.
JJ, are you next with that haircut?
Absolutely not.
That's his haircut, right? That's not a tattoo.
Wembanyama, I mean, a historical
holy
moment
moly.
as he walked across the stage. He said that he had been imagining what it would sound like with his family. And now that moment has arrived.
When Adam Silver steps to the stage for Charlotte.
Who will they be selecting at number 2? Scoot Henderson went in for a second workout this week, but it was largely expected as Adrian Wojnarowski
Brandon Miller's on the phone.
Brandon Miller
would be
headed to the Charlotte Hornets. Let's find out definitively once again.
Let's go, baby. Come on, Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller, Charlotte.
With the second pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Brandon Miller.
Yep, they did it. Portland, you have no excuse. You have Scoot on the board right now.
Brandon
Make
Miller,
a damn trade.
The SEC Player of the Year, the Newcomer of the Year, Mitch Kupchak, the general manager in Charlotte. He was in attendance for Miller's season-high 41 points against South Carolina. That was back in February. Ooh. But, Jay, I mean, his ability to shoot the ball at his size, that's just valued at a premium right now.
Okay,
exactly
here we go.
He's an elite shooter that has size and length.
I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm going to wait until the pick is made, and then I'll see if Woj comes on or...
Shoot situations, off the dribble, shoot it on
I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look.
In isolation and out of pick and roll situations. He struggled at the rim early. Early on in his career at Alabama, he was not finishing.
Scoot Henderson is on the board, bro. We're either getting Scoot or we're getting a good trade. This is a win-win.
Grab a rebound, bring it up himself.
But I prefer to help Dame. That's my preferred motive. But
you know, he's not a big, strong body. He's light.
Scoot sets us up good as well, I guess. But man, there's no reason to not make a trade here. Literally no reason.
He sets himself apart is shooting. I think he's going to be a good defender.
And I say this because Portland has been promising to get Dame help. So if you can't make a trade with one of the best assets in the league right now, you do not deserve to be a GM. Unless you just plain out aren't going to try, which don't lie then. Don't be transparent and say you're going to rebuild. Don't sell the fan base on this idea that we're building around Dame if you're not going to. There's no reason why this team cannot make a trade. No reason why. Literally, there's literally no reason.
Talked about that game. He showed competitive.
There's no reason why this team cannot make a trade.
He scored 41 points in that
I
game.
cannot hear this crap of the trade. We just couldn't get it done. We couldn't get it done. We have to kick it. We'll go all in at the trade deadline. We got you. Don't worry. I'm sick of the lies. I'm sick of the BS. Either tell Dame you're going to rebuild and you don't want him on the team anymore, or get him some help. I'm tired of playing the middle. Let's go, man. Make a freaking decision.
All right, we got Brandon Miller and family getting seated on the couch. Brandon, congratulations.
Thank you.
You told me yesterday that originally you were planning just to have a small family gathering at the crib.
Of course.
Are you glad that you chose to take in the night in person?
Most definitely. I think my vets kind of convinced me to steer me the right way. I'm definitely having fun here, you know, just seeing all
3
the
minutes,
guys
40
here.
seconds left.
Really excited just to see all my friends,
bro.
you know, just to be drafted.
I think they're going to make the pick for some reason. Also, by the way, if Portland takes Amon Thompson here over Scoot, I'm going to be upset as well.
Fans in Charlotte to know about your son.
There's got to be something. There's no way, right? There's absolutely no way to do that, literally, right?
That they're getting a great kid, you know, a great young man. Great character.
I hope Woj comes in because this pick is in.
I think to the city of Charlotte, you know. I think
Portland's pick is in.
City of Charlotte gets to know him, I mean, I think they're going to fall.
All right, we're going to have to look at, once this pick is announced, we're going to have to look at Twitter and see what things are being said, or maybe Woj will come on.
Paul George was your GOAT, but you told me that Michael Jordan made you feel like Charlotte was home.
Maybe a trade happened, but I'm just not looking.
Opportunity now to play alongside LaMelo Ball.
I can't look until the pick is announced.
How do you see your game fitting in?
Man, with Melo, we was texting before this, you know, because it's my guy. So I think with Melo, as good as a point guard he is, I think I just kind of feel in a place
dude,
with him.
this is crazy.
I know he's a great vet.
Something literally, Shams could have said right now that Portland's not trading the pick.
I know he's going to
Woj could have said that, or there's a trade that already happened.
What will the lasting memory of tonight be for your parents?
The last memory.
The lasting, the most important.
Bro, this is wild. Like, there's so many scenarios that can happen right now, and I'm not allowing myself to spoil it yet for myself. I guarantee that you guys probably already know if you're looking at Twitter, but I'm not allowing myself to look. I want to be just surprised, I guess.
Once Charlotte gets to know who I am, it's going to be.
Oh, this is crazy, man. I have no idea what's happened right now. This is crazy. I'm 0 dark 30.
Thank you.
Monica, thank you so very much. That means that now Portland is on the clock. And Portland, there are so many questions surrounding this franchise right now. So we bring in our front office insider, Bobby Marks, once again.
I want to see Woj, not Bobby Marks.
Here with Portland and the #3 pick and its connection to Damian Lillard.
Yeah, Malika, I think when Portland, there's certainly 3 different options that they're going to be looking at. Certainly you can stay with the first option, which would be to draft Scoot Henderson and pair him with Damian Lillard in that backcourt. The second option is to move off that pick and look for an all-star player that fits the timeline of Damian Lillard. And of course, the third option is the most drastic option, and this is something that we'll keep an eye on during free agency, is to entertain trade suitors for Damian Lillard.
Bobby, thank you. We're about 40 seconds away from the pick being in here, JJ. What would you like to see, at least to give a starting base for Portland to be able to get back in contention?
They need to improve their defense. They were the 3rd worst defensive team in the NBA last year. And
I'm having a feeling a trade was not made. I'm getting the feeling that a trade has not been made.
Henderson, of course, Jay, best available on the board.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think
bring in Woj right now.
Scoot Henderson, he reminds you of Russell Westbrook when he was at UCLA. He's that kind of athletic profile.
And even, you know, when you're talking about, okay, do you put Scoot next to Damian Lillard? It seems like at this point that is what you would go ahead and.
Okay, they're coming. Adam Silver's coming to the stage.
Here's Adam Silver.
With the 3rd pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Scoot Henderson from Marietta, Georgia, and the NBA G League's Team Ignite.
Scoot Henderson, big game, big personality, of course, from the G League Ignite, following in the footsteps of Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Dyson Daniels, all top 10 picks here.
Okay, well, we got Scoot. Is he staying on the team or what?
7 siblings, and his sister Diamond says, you know what, he got a swagger from me. And his brother Jade says, you know what? But he got his music taste from me. It is
right.
a big,
I'm back,
happy
chat.
family tonight, Andrea.
Yeah, and it's so exciting because Scoot Henderson, we talked last night about his motto, overly determined to dominate. And that is the mindset that he plays with, the energy. JJ just talked about how Portland needs defense. That dominant mentality that Scoot Henderson brings, it's on the offensive end. It's on the defensive end. He is strong. He is fast.
Wow.
He has so much energy and excitement for the game of basketball. He will inject the Portland Trailblazers with all of it. I'm excited to watch him play.
And look, everybody talks about him as a non-shooter, particularly from the three-point line. The reality is, with his athleticism and physical profile, he doesn't necessarily need to ever become a great three-point shooter. Think about prime.
I don't know.
Rose,
they could
John
still
Morant,
trade Dame, or not trade. They could still trade Scoot within the hour. So I don't know what's happening, man.
Able to dominate the game without ever developing a
I don't know what's happening.
Shot.
Yeah, Jay, can we go back to the young Russell Westbrook is what you were saying.
Yeah, because of the
is it bye-bye Dame, or
he's
we?
an explosive.
Well, I mean, we still have the 23rd overall pick.
Control, a great first step. He's a powerful finisher.
I don't know what to think right now.
He gets paint and he makes plays.
I need some clarity,
there,
bro.
Not just for himself.
We're probably not
going to
get any.
Ability.
I'm
with
shaking.
That 6'9" wingspan, he is ultra competitive. He is a hard worker and he goes after people. I mean, just like Andrea was saying,
I'm shaking.
Idea of overly determined to dominate. Yeah, he goes after people. That competitive piece, I think, is really important for him. And he creates off penetration, not just for himself when he can get to the rim and finish, but he creates for others. He is a good passer. He can find people with good vision. He draws defense, but getting a piece of the paint with that explosiveness is really important for him. And he's a dynamic scorer.
Not sure what's happening.
Going up against Victor Wembanyama, goes behind his back, little step back, and gets it up over 7 feet and 7'4", and really long arms. He had better numbers in the G League, a better offensive rating, more rebounds, more assists than Jalen Green did when he played in the G League, and I think that's significant. He's played 2 years with the G League Ignite. He's played against NBA caliber talent, and I think he's ready to make this jump.
I have no idea what's about to happen now.
He graduated at 17 to become the youngest
I mean, I
player
guess
in
right now it's Scoot in Portland. I'm glad they took him. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they didn't take like Amin Thompson.
Overly determined to dominate.
But
That's what we decided. He is ODD and he is with our Monica McNutt.
Wow.
Scoot, you took time to hug every one of your siblings at the table before you went to the stage after Adam Silver called your name. Why was it important to take that moment?
I'm just enjoying the moment, and that means so much. I had to. No matter who's calling me, I'm blessed to be here. I got to thank the ones that got me here in the first place. And that's what I had to do.
Mom, Crystal, Dad, Chris, you guys told me at age 5 you knew your son was special. You could see that this day would come. Now that it's here, what's going through your mind?
I personally don't think.
Amazing. God is good. He's worked really hard.
I don't think.
Really hard, and
I don't think Scoot and Dame is going to be seen on the court. I don't think that's going to be. I don't think that's going to happen.
Is play hard or don't play, and this is just the beginning, right, Scoot? So what are the
I appreciate that, Chris.
Getting in adding Scoot Henderson to their organization?
They getting a dog. They getting a dog that's gonna come in and that's gonna be hungry. No, I'm young, but I got a
because Dame has said he doesn't want to play with 19-year-olds, so I don't see how he'd be happy with this pick. This is a point guard that solves none of our issues to contend. I don't see a world where where Scoot and Dame are on the court together. I could be wrong, but I don't see it personally.
Dad are you gonna be?
I'm just gonna be the dad on the side, cheering. At the same time, I mean, I'm a perfectionist, so
I don't see a world where
he's not doing and try
they
to
can.
perfect
Okay, guys, Portland can still trade the pick. Technically, Scoot can still be traded tonight.
Nothing changes.
But
Scoot,
we'll see if we'll see if we get some clarity on this.
Monica, thank you. This is the 3rd time in the modern draft era that 2 of the first 3 picks in the draft, they did not actually play college basketball. And now the Houston Rockets, they are on the clock. Let's just take a look at how we got
Bro, we have
to where
4 guards who all deserve minutes under contract right now. Well, obviously Scoot hasn't signed a contract, but we have his rights right now.
year here. And then talk about cap space. They're projected to have $48 million in cap space this
I just don't know what's going to happen now.
So, JJ, this is such a young team, though. Of course, they have Alperen and Şengün, who both of us are very high on, but it feels like they need to
Who'd you want, Miller or Scoot?
A little bit. And
I didn't really want any of these prospects. I wanted to get Dame help, to be honest. That's what I wanted.
Whoever they get tonight will add to that. But it starts with the Ime Udoka, and it's
Cosmo.
cap space.
Yep.
Cosmo.
Maybe get some vets a la JJ.
Let's break it down for a second.
$23 million. I don't know. Like
what problem? What problem does Portland have right now?
You're just walking off.
What's the issue in Portland right now? What is the glaring issue right now?
Then we're clear.
They have 4 guards who all deserve minutes right now as we speak. Why on planet Earth would the Blazers want Tyler Hero or Tyrese Maxey as a centerpiece in a Dame trade? Why would that be that? Why would they want that?
When you talk about this being a young team,
it makes no sense to me. Because it's going to be the same problem all over again.
As being guard versions of Tim Duncan.
Everyone that says
they just want to hoop. They're not worried about anything
trade Dame for Tyler Hero or Tyrese Maxey makes no sense. That's just going to be the same crap all over again.
They're not worried about anything else. They want to compete.
Philly doesn't have draft picks, and Miami has like 4 or 3. I think they have 3 tradable draft picks.
With that just let me hoop and learn and play mentality, I think he'd be a great fit in Houston.
Okay.
He's a world-class athlete. It's hard to argue with that. And
Miami's not doing that.
Elite athletes, both the Thompsons are world-class athletes. They're big time.
Let's go back a little bit to that culture piece in Houston.
I don't like Maxey or Hero on this team at all.
Other than yourself.
So if we're trading Dame, I'd rather just stick with Simons and Sharpe and Scoot.
I don't want to set somebody up to get a bag here, but the one guy that I think is
I don't want to add Tyler Hero or Maxey to our guard rotation. When we have 3 guards, we should be prioritizing over those 2 guys.
As we head back to the podium with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
Well, we'll see what happens, man. This, bro,
with the 4th pick
this is a scary
in the
duo.
2023 NBA Draft, the Houston Rockets select Amen Thompson.
Amen Thompson's headed to Houston. So far, mock draft is going kind of as planned. Not my mock, but just like typical mock.
Headed to the Houston Rockets, and I just love this, Jay. Of course, they won the
Charlotte fans are
Overtime
mad.
Elite Championship with the City Reapers, but in Game 2 of the championship, he had the game-winning layup as time expired to give his team a 2-0 series lead. And then in Game 3, that was the clincher, he had the game-winning assist to his twin brother Asar with 2.3 seconds left to win the title. Our Jonathan Givony has said he has the highest ceiling of anyone in the draft, not named Victor.
All right, well, I'm going to be sitting here this entire draft wondering if we are trading Scoot or not. That's great.
Amen Thompson is a long-arm.
Where should we go after Dre? Dame and him would be pretty good together at the time. Draymond's going back to Golden State, though. Especially after they traded Jordan Poole. I think Draymond back to the Warriors is a done deal.
This fast switch speed that can handle and pass it. Now, he's not a great shooter, but to JJ's point earlier, with that sort of athleticism, if he can become
Hornets
consistent,
should have chose Scoot. Well, they didn't.
Be able to make shots, it's going to open things up for him. He's just a fabulous athlete.
Think the words of trading CP3? No, I don't. I think he's going to be a rotational piece for them, and it sounds like he's already talked to Stephen Curry about playing. So
the man that is in front of him, whether it's an inside out, a crossover between the legs, a combo move of all 3 of those. He is shifty. He hunts the paint. He has great footwork.
It's hard for me to focus on this draft when I'm just going to be sitting here wondering what the hell the Blazers are doing with pick 3.
He puts the time in. I've been told he has an incredible work ethic. I think we're going to see him.
I like that pick for the Rockets, though. Amen Thompson.
Just over 16 points.
It's going to be fun.
Assists, 5.9 rebounds per game.
The rest of the draft is for sure. So, like, what's going to happen?
On the same night as your twin brother.
Well,
Detroit at 5.
You're looking at a player that's got top end.
It's gonna be hard for me to focus on this draft, man.
He is
like
fast, gets from one end to the other in incredible
I just wonder
and
what the plan is.
Gets to the paint. He is also a good finisher. We mentioned the 74% finishing rate at the rim and can play above the rim. You know, you don't find that kind of athleticism every day. They just don't make them like this very often. But he's a playmaker for himself, but more importantly, as a lead guard, he can make plays for others. He finds people. Good passer. He will go to the glass, and he's tough-minded.
Well, interesting enough, if you just read things, you know, usually your Twitter page when they draft somebody, you know, Portland hasn't traded or hasn't posted anything about drafting Scoot. So,
basketball is taking you from
does that mean anything?
To Florida to Atlanta, and now you're headed to the Houston Rockets.
Yup.
First thought as you become a Rocket.
I'm just excited to be a Rocket.
Maya, Troy, you guys have watched both of your sons.
Or maybe they did. Oh, they did now. Never mind, they just did.
That was required to get to this moment. How proud are you of him?
I'm very proud of him.
What's going to happen next?
He always wanted to execute. He always wanted to master all the skills. And today, for him to be rewarded, to be in the #4 pick in the NBA draft, I know he's feeling great, and I'm feeling so good for him.
Yeah, and there are no words. I'm happy beyond belief. So.
The smile is radiating. Amanda, our analysts are talking a ton about your athleticism, and you're joining a Houston Rockets team led by Ime Udoka that already has athletes. What are you excited about in terms of the basketball as you join this organization?
Oh, wow.
Just being in the NBA, you know, playing with these athletic guys, I feel like my best brand of basketball is
What do you guys think? I already know who's going 5. It was spoiled for me because I'm staring at Twitter.
To celebrate that you're comfortable sharing.
Celebrate? Oh no, we need to fly some In-N-Out out here.
In-N-Out burger, like fast food?
I need some In-N-Out. Just fly it out.
Oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Troy, you have had a vision for both of your sons as they enter this next chapter of
I saw that, Mario.
What is the vision that you see moving forward?
The vision now
Bro, I'm trying not to check Shams, but I'm trying to see if there's anyone out there saying, from what I'm hearing, Portland plans to keep Scoot, no trade, or you know what I mean. I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to find that clarity right now.
Just try to be great.
Well, congratulations. I know we're watching and waiting, hopefully, for your brother's name to be called, but congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica.
Yo, Anthony, don't spoil the picks, bro.
I think what's really remarkable tonight, these guys have
Alan Hoskins, thank you for subscribing.
For overtime elite athletes. And here they are growing up together. But if you look at the first four picks tonight, we got Victor Wembanyama, a European professional. We got Brandon Miller, a college player. We got Scoot Henderson, a G League player. Right. And now 2 guys who came from Atlanta, the overtime elites headquartered there. Just a phenomenal story, both these guys. As they
it's either a Scoot, Shaden Sharpe backcourt for the future, or Scoot will be a Pelican or a Celtic or Raptor or Nets soon. I don't know.
The Detroit Pistons, they are now on the clock. Of course, they have hired Monty Williams as the highest paid head coach in NBA
on the clock
history here. When you're looking at the Pistons, what do you want to see here, JJ?
Well, they have a very strong backcourt for the future, and Cade Cunningham, assuming he's healthy this year, and Jaden Ivey, who was really good, particularly towards the end of the year. Jalen Duren is another young player that they have. I think they go with a forward here.
I don't know what to expect.
They're certainly not new to having high picks in these recent drafts. They have another one. The pick is in. Let's head to Commissioner Adam Silver.
With the 5th pick in
All right, let me just focus on the
NBA
draft.
The Detroit Pistons select Asar
Pistons.
Thompson from Oakland,
Thompson twins go back to back, baby.
Twin brothers selected back-to-back here in the 2023 NBA draft. And Asar Thompson, he said, I'm nowhere near as good as I can
highest
be.
upside.
I just have to not let a day go by where
I think Asar Thompson has the highest upside.
This is a 7th pair of brothers drafted in the same year.
Thompson twins, man, are looked at as 2 guys that have high upside, man.
But certainly Asar, a special player in
both
his own
super
right.
athletic.
Similar to his twin brother, another
they go back to back though.
7-foot wingspan.
Freak athlete.
But Asar is an outstanding defender.
Now we got Orlando on the clock at pick 6.
Similar speed, you know, and we're talking about an elite NBA athlete again. Not a great shooter, shoots about 30% from 3, although he improved
Orlando
that toward the end of the season.
Yeah, that's
but
interesting.
A really good cutter.
Orlando takes Cameron Whitmore, maybe?
Is he's a good passer, but his defensive ability. He's got the ability to be
who else could they take? Jarris Walker?
I mean, when I watch Asar Thompson play, he's like a
back-to-back for the Thompson twins,
right?
though.
Like,
W for them.
You can use him in so many different situations, and he has success. He's an athletic wing. When you talk about young talent,
Orlando needs a shooting guard.
To this Detroit Pistons team, he can get to the rim. He's more smooth in the way that he plays the game. Not necessarily shifty, but the way that he moves. It's almost like he's water out there on the court. Just fluid in the way that he attacks. He's got great long strides. He can play with power.
Asar is a break from the normal
defensive aspect,
box.
though, is 110%.
We got to trade Bojan and
my
Killian Hayes.
favorite part of his game, because coming
Orlando
into the league,
should trade
sometimes
down.
it's going to be difficult to score. When you're coming to the next
I'm curious
level,
to see what Orlando
but
will
if
do
you
here,
can
man.
make an impact defensively with
Maybe
your
they make a
awareness,
surprise pick.
with your energy, with the presence that you have, and being active and making plays on the basketball, you can have a positive impact on a team, and I truly believe that Asar can do that.
Of course, Cade Cunningham only played in 12 games this past season due to injury, so it's going to be interesting to see what a full and healthy Detroit Pistons team can do under Monty Williams. But look at this history here. This is how many times brothers have been drafted in the top 5 in the Common Era. Twice. That is just so incredibly special. And now Asar Thompson, he is with our very own Monica McNutt.
Asar, you just said to me it was crazy that we were drafted back-to-back.
Yeah.
How are you feeling in this moment?
I'm super excited. You know, I never seen anything like this, so it feels nice to make history with the men. You know, we're doing it.
Personally, though, Houston, and now you're headed to Detroit, a team that is looking to build culture, to start getting wins. They add your athleticism, your prowess on the defensive side of the basketball. How excited are you about the opportunity?
Super excited. I'm super excited to, you know, meet my coaches, meet my teammates, and just grow with them, you know?
I think I'm starting to get the feeling that Portland isn't
Troy,
doing anything.
You were a blueprint of sorts for your brothers. They heard their names back-to-back. They made history tonight as their older brother, as the guy in the driveway hooping with them and beating them up until a certain point. How proud are you of the work that they put in to get here?
I mean, this is just one of the most amazing days I've ever been around. I mean, it's a great moment. I'm proud of both of them. Houston got one of them ones. Detroit got one of them ones. It's going to be real exciting seeing where things go.
Asar, you guys have taken the path less traveled in choosing OT Elite, and now you are here on draft night about to start your professional career. What gives you confidence in your preparation?
I just, you know, I'm always confident. I always believe in myself.
Maybe Mr. Sindo. I don't know what Portland's doing, man.
So
we do have the 23rd overall pick, so.
Mom, Maya, I think we got to find the vision board at the house in California.
Yo,
and
Anthony.
Just take it all in.
Please stop spoiling, man. I don't know why you're spoiling. I just asked you not to.
To see that they really took that
Don't
as
spoil. Look at the
9-year-olds
freaking
and
pin chat, man. Don't spoil the
made
picks.
it become a reality, and this is just like amazing. There are no words to really express how I'm feeling. Like Asar said, to see them back to back, that blows my mind. The world is just opening up to them. The world is, there's no limit. So I'm just very excited about what's in store. So very, very happy.
Now the real question is, what are y'all going to do about the jersey situation? Are we going front and back, splitting the teams? What's going to happen?
I won't be doing
it right down the middle.
Split it right down the middle.
Okay, I'll let him do that.
Mom, Crystal, big brother Troy, Asar Thompson, congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
Imagine if Cam falls to the Wizards. You might.
Monica, thank you. A little history has been made here to your point earlier.
Big Brandon
JJ.
Miller, Scoot, Amon Thompson, Asar Thompson go to the top 5.
Outside of American colleges, that ties the most ever in the Common Draft era. Let's head back to the podium and Commissioner Silver.
Orlando.
With the 6th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Anthony Black from the University of Arkansas.
Do you think Dame asked for a
Anthony
trade?
Black
I don't know, man.
led the SEC in minutes played, and he was the only Arkansas player to start every game this last season. And I had a conversation with him earlier this week, and he told me that he was unranked, right, until his last summer of AAU. And that became a real piece of his identity. He actually keeps screenshots still of all of the different rankings that didn't have him on it, and he uses that as motivation. He says he certainly comes into the league with a chip on his shoulder, and he wants to play with that type of fuel every single night, Andrea.
It's incredible. He is one of my favorite players to watch. I mean, a 6'7", point forward. He's extremely unselfish, looks to find his teammates. He's a connector. He's fun. He has an incredible
No
energy
surprises so
about
far.
him.
Anthony Black at 6 is surprising.
I'm already picturing him and Paolo Banchero playing alongside each other and him finding Paolo on.
I did not expect Anthony Black to go this high. So that means Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony are probably gone.
Time as a franchise right now, JJ. It feels like they're on the cusp of being able, with all
the
of
Pacers kind of haven't made. They can get Taylor Hendricks, Jarris Walker
in the NBA, young cores in the NBA.
This is starting to look really. This is starting to shape up really good for Dallas.
Add Anthony Black to that. The one thing is, the Orlando Magic are an awful shooting team, and Markelle Fultz, although he picked up some stuff at the end of last year, they're going to have
Anthony Black is 6'7". Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
For that with the 11th pick later on in the draft.
And with Anthony Black, you don't get the shooting piece right now, but
Fultz
you get
gone? You think Fultz is gone?
Playmaker that's got size, the ability to see over defense.
Oh man,
one of the things Orlando likes
this is a stressful night already.
A ridiculously high basketball IQ. Plays very well in transition. He's an excellent defender, and he takes pride on the defensive end.
I
wouldn't call him a lockdown
Dallas,
defender.
I think takes Lively or Taylor Hendricks if they're on the board.
Very versatile on the
You think Chicago would turn in the draft? Maybe, but I wouldn't count on it.
With Armonica McNutt.
Anthony, your hat fits over your beautiful full hair.
All right, Anthony, I'm done.
What are you thinking in this moment?
I mean, I'm just super excited. You know, I'm here sharing the moment with my mom and my brother. So I'm super happy we're all here sharing the moment, and I'm super excited, yeah.
Your mom, Jennifer, your brother, Beckham. Mom, you've watched the amount of time that your son has poured into his craft to get to this moment. As you send him off to start his professional journey, what are the Orlando Magic getting in him?
They're getting a great human, a leader, phenomenal basketball player, a winner, someone who's going to make everyone around him better, someone who's going to make the culture of the team great. They're getting the full package.
You have been praised, Anthony, as one of the most versatile two-way players in this draft. Tell me about the pride you take in that sort of label.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to have fun on defense and do stuff that wins games. So, you know, I like to compete on both ends. And,
he was spoiling, unfortunately. I asked like 3 times not to, and there's a pinned message. I made him moderator a long time ago, and I only ever see him during the stream, so
nobody said it was going to be none.
I guess I appreciate his time, but
do you remember that, Anthony?
Can't not listen to what I'm saying.
Nobody said you were going to be.
He's like ignoring me,
for sure.
so
I mean, I've been hearing that my whole life, so
I guess I had to make a decision to do what I did. I asked 3 times not to do it.
I mean, I use that as fuel, and that's just part of how I play with passion and a chip on my shoulder. That's kind of where it comes from.
Well, now you've got an organization in the Orlando Magic that have given you their vote of confidence. Congratulations, Anthony.
Thank you. Thank you.
Monica, thank you. Indiana is now
all right, Dusto.
on the clock.
I'm going to trust you with this
And
power.
The pick is already in. We're 15 seconds away from knowing who is headed to Indiana. And now we go to the podium and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
With the 7th pick in the
I put him in timeout.
2023 NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select Bilal Coulibaly from Courbevoie, France.
Bilal Coulibaly, of
Dustin's
course,
actually my real life friend, so
on Nets
I don't think he'll do
92.
that.
He first played with Wembanyama when they were 12 years old, but he really impressed at the
Dustin,
draft combine. And
he probably doesn't even know who half
own
these guys are,
combine
so he
in
won't be doing
Paris
that.
because he wasn't able to get to Chicago with the Mets still in the midst of their season.
By the way, this pick is being.
Office insider Bobby Marks for more on Coulibaly.
This
Bobby, you are our
Indiana is trading this pick to Washington, I think.
Yeah, Malika, here's a player that's grown a foot since 2019. He is a high-level, all-defensive player that has that all-defensive potential. At his best, getting downhill. I think certainly his offense is a little bit of a work in progress. 67%
headed to the Wizards
this year. His shot is not
Bilal
broken.
Coulibaly is going to the
72%
Wizards.
from the free throw line right now. He is coming over. He's got a small buyout. He will be in an Indiana Pacers uniform when training camp starts and certainly when Summer League starts in Las Vegas.
Bobby, thank you. He scored 37 points in the under-21 league before permanently joining the senior team.
Literally everybody's live.
And you can see him walking across the stage, shaking hands with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Here it is, picking up his hat. What a moment for all of these young men tonight. Bilal Coulibaly being selected 7th to Indiana. And of course, Victor Wembanyama, he had to hype his teammate a little bit, already on Twitter saying by now everyone knows
Washington going to get Cam Whitmore.
Pick,
no, they got Bilal Coulibaly. They traded for Bilal Coulibaly, or however you say his damn name.
And now is headed to the Indiana Pacers and is currently sitting down with Armonica McNutt.
So Indiana's picking at 8, basically.
Family, congratulations, Bilal.
Thanks.
Just 2 years ago, you were barely 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
And now here you are. What have the last 2 years been like to get you to this moment?
Man, everything happened so fast. Just playing with the younger team, beginning of the year, and now being there is, man, such a blessing. Yeah.
You're with your parents,
bro. Utah is either going to take Hendricks or he's going to fall right in Dallas's lap.
How proud are you of him?
I'm just proud of him. I'm just happy for him because he worked a lot, a lot, and we are very, 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 very proud of him.
Bilal, there's been so much excitement about French basketball players, international basketball players as well, but in France in particular. What's happening over there?
We coming, I guess. We playing good, got some great coaches and everything, so yeah, we coming.
When you think about your opportunity now in the NBA,
I want Dallas to take Hendricks or Lively. Both of them are perfect for what Dallas needs. So Dallas is going to win here regardless. And Cameron Whitmore's still on the board too. He's falling like crazy, man.
So yeah, I can be great like that. Yeah, working.
Bilal, Micah, and Gwando, congratulations.
Thank you.
Monica, thank you so very much. He is wearing the Indiana Pacers hat, but our Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that the Pacers are trading Bilal Coulibaly to the Wizards. There's been a lot of
so Bilal Coulibaly, I can't even say his damn name. He's going to the Wizards.
Front office insider Adrian Wojnarowski. Woj, why is this pick on the move?
Yeah, Malika, I'm told that the Pacers are trading back one with the Washington Wizards. Coulibaly, I'm told, is selected.
Thanks for the super chat, Anthony, but I asked you 3 times not to spoil, and you just did it 3 times. So
to Indiana,
I don't know. I mean, were you not listening? I asked you 3 times, which is why I did what I did, and you just kept doing it. So I felt like I had to do it, unfortunately. But thanks for the super chat.
But Woj, it's been a big week overall for Washington. Of course, I'm talking about the trade of Kristaps Porzingis, and then if you go even farther back, of Bradley Beal. What more can you tell us here about Washington's mindset heading into this draft?
Yeah, Malik, it was about 1 month ago, Ted Leonsis, the owner, upon hiring Michael Winger as his new president, that if he wanted to tear down the roster, he had the green light to do so. And now a month later, just today,
what do you mean you didn't know? I asked you 3 times.
For Bradley Beal with the Phoenix Suns, 6 second-round picks, 4 pick swaps in that deal. Then, of course, moving on, Chris
been a crazy
Paul
draft so far,
Golden
man.
State Warriors for 24-year-old Jordan Poole, a 2030 first-round pick, a 2027 second-round pick. So Michael Winger reshaping this Wizards roster, including a move up here on the board to take Victor Wembanyama's teammate Coulibaly.
Woj, thank you so much. I do want to get your thoughts, JJ, in just a little bit on this trade that sends Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors. But first, let's head back to the podium.
A Dame trade is not going to happen on draft night. You guys are crazy.
That is headed to the Indiana Pacers. Here it is.
With the 8th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Jarris Walker from the University of Houston.
So Indiana is getting Jarris Walker, and Bilal Coulibaly is going to the Pacers or the Wizards. Sorry, Jarris Walker is still going to Indiana.
Just reported all of his stats. He's a winner. They all win up.
So Taylor Hendricks, Cameron Whitmore, Derek Lively are still all on the board.
He told me it just meant so much for him. He played for him all the time. But the story that stands out to me the most, Jay, about Jarris Walker is he started all but one game in high school. And the one game he didn't start, it was his senior year. And he didn't start because it was senior night. And
I don't know much about Victor Wembanyama's teammates, so I can't confirm or deny if that's an L for the Wizards.
Let his teammate have his moment.
They made a trade, Cosmo. There was a trade.
About who this young man is.
And that's a great point. Not only that, while at the University of Houston, he gave his NIL money to walk-on players.
Yeah.
You know, he's a we first guy, not a me first guy. You know, played for Kelvin Sampson, a very powerful forward that's got a really high skill level. And he can impact the rim at both ends. He can block shots. He's a good defender. He's got a 7'2" wingspan, but he gets deflections and steals, and he plays really, really hard. You know, as a big guy, he's more of a catch-and-shoot guy rather than a creator. There's Kelvin Sampson there, his college coach. He operated really effectively on the baseline. What was interesting about his numbers his freshman year, his numbers are almost identical.
Dame isn't getting traded
Draymond
on
Green
draft night,
when he was at Michigan State, except for the passing. Green was a better passer certainly than Jarris Walker, but he's got a ton of ability, and the power that he plays with is really impressive. He's an athletic big guy that can step away and knock down shots.
He's the first top 10 pick out of Houston.
But
since Hakeem Olajuwon
one thing I think the NBA should change, and I don't think they ever will because of how the league rule is set, is when a player gets drafted
he makes winning plays
and they're traded, I feel like they should make sure they're wearing the correct hat, but I guess that's just never probably going to change.
Sprinting down the floor in transition. He's a competitor. He is a winner.
Portland also has the 23rd overall pick, so I assume they do something with that. So they're going to probably play the middle, I'm assuming.
Overpower smaller defenders. I don't hate an Aaron Gordon comparison either in terms of versatility and what he can bring to the team.
Right now,
Scoot can be traded for until he signs a contract, pin to paper. He's eligible to be traded.
The first top 10
which is maybe what Portland is waiting on. I don't know. Or maybe they're trading Dame. I have no idea.
I mean, it means a ton. I mean, I'm just blessed and fortunate to be in the situation, just being able to hoop at such a high level and just accomplish such an amazing goal of mine.
Now we're supposed to be
Cosmo.
family, but we can only have 2 extra folks up here. But you have
if the Blazers draft another guard at 3,
who are also athletes that are very important to you. How have you been able to follow in their footsteps and see what it means to be great at a sport?
Yeah, for sure. I would say just their guidance and wisdom just throughout the journey. Just always guiding me and making sure I'm locked in, making the right decisions on and off the floor. So really just their all-around charisma, just love for me, just really helped me out.
Now, you're wearing a Wizards hat, but obviously you're headed to the Indiana Pacers, in fact. But when you talk to basketball, your versatility, your athleticism, these are all things that have been praised. How will you make sure that those translate to the next level?
For sure. I think it really just starts with effort, just playing hard and then letting my game really take care of itself, because I feel like I'm a high-level player. I make good decisions, good offensive player, definitely a two-way player for sure. So just being able to play hard and contribute right away.
I got to say, Jarris, the suit looks good, but your curls look amazing.
Bro,
congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Monica, thank you so very much. We're going to take a quick break as the Utah Jazz are on the clock in a night that started with Victor Wembanyama being taken #1 overall by the San Antonio Spurs. He will be joining us live on set in just a little bit.
Oh, man.
For me, success is just accomplishing your personal story, doing what makes you actually happy.
Yeah, Vishnu, I agree. I don't know what Portland's doing.
It's going to be happiness for me.
I'm not sure what their plan is. I'm getting the feeling that they've been lying to us for 2 years. I'm getting the feeling that they've been lying to Dame for 2 years and they're gonna just rebuild. I'm getting that feeling, man.
My name is Scoot Henderson.
Honestly, bro, I'm just like so overwhelmed right now. I don't even know if I can make it through the first round. I'm like just so, my mind is just spinning. I feel like I can't even focus right now. Honestly, man, I don't know if I can keep streaming right now. My head is literally just spinning right now. I cannot even focus. But should have traded for KD when they had the chance. We never had a chance, man. KD would have never wanted to come here. He always has to build a freaking super team if he wants any chance to win. So probably never would have had a chance at him anyway. Timothy, I get that, man, but I'm not mad about Scoot, okay? What I'm mad about is not being transparent with a guy that's been loyal to us for over a decade. They've been promising this man they're going to get him help for so long. And these last 2 years was supposed to be a go get him help for the last 2 fucking years. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that. They're going to, we'll make the move at this deadline. Or we'll do this in the offseason. Hey, will you sit out this season so we can tank even though you're having the best fucking season of your career? Will you sit out so we can tank, and then we're gonna get a good asset, and we promise you we're gonna use it. We promise you we're gonna use it to help you. That's the problem I have. Okay, it's not that we have Scoot. I'm okay with Scoot's great. I'm not mad that we have Scoot. I'm mad that this team potentially has been fucking lying to this man. I'm sorry for cussing, but I'm actually like, people think that I'm just mad that we have Scoot. Like, oh, I didn't want Scoot. No, I'm not mad about that. I'm mad that potentially this team has been lying to a guy that's been loyal to us through thick and thin when we've given him no help for years. And we keep saying, oh, we'll do that, we'll do this, we'll do that. We're going to make this big trade at the deadline. Oh, we couldn't do it. I'm just over it, man. Like, if this is the end and how it's going to end after we promised him all these promises,
NBA draft,
I'm just over it, man.
Utah Jazz
I'm not going to feel right about that.
From UCF.
Taylor Hendricks.
There's no way that there wasn't good offers for Scoot. I don't believe it for 1 second.
He's actually from Florida.
I don't believe it for 1 second.
Miami, from Florida State. Ultimately, he blazed his own path, choosing USC and becoming UCF rather.
Cronin has made stupid trades to begin with. The one good trade he has made is the Jeremy Grant trade. That's it. He traded Powell and Covington for nothing, literally. Traded them literally for nothing.
He led the conference in
Need I go on? CJ McCollum, the only thing we netted out of the CJ McCollum trade is now the 23rd overall pick and Jeremy Grant, because we flipped Josh Hart for Cameron Reddish and the 23rd overall pick. So let's see what we do with the 23rd overall pick. Cameron Reddish won't be back. I don't think, anyway. But Dame has been chosen to be loyal to us for all these years, and we never did anything to help him.
Not to mention his ability to stretch the floor here, Jay.
That's really the key, and that's what JJ means by the prototypical 3-and-D big guy. He's a stretch 4. He's primarily a catch-and-shoot guy, rather dribbling into his shot, but his ability to rebound, he plays with a high motor. He really plays hard, and he's got some versatility on the defensive end. He can switch out. He sees the ball well. He's been very well coached. He plays for Johnny Dawkins at UCF, who was the number 10 pick of the San Antonio Spurs in 1986, and
it wasn't a poor decision.
Player in Duke basketball history.
It wasn't a poor.
But
here's the beautiful part about that CJ McCollum trade as well. When it comes to Joe Cronin,
his floor is set, and it's just a question of how high his ceiling is.
He
but you
literally
him with Walker Kessler and protecting the rim.
I don't even want to.
Pretty impressive.
What's the point,
I know
bro? Why am I even
3
talking
and D
about
is a
this?
thing.
It
I'm
doesn't
going to
matter.
add a
Why does it
T
matter?
at the end because he scored just under
I'm not
1.5
even
points
going to go in on it.
transition.
It doesn't matter.
The T is for transition. 3, D, and T. We're just going to create a new phrase because he was at the top of Division I in scoring.
Oh yeah, and the Gary Payton signing. He signed a guy that needed core surgery.
What do you want, JJ?
I don't want anything. I don't want anything.
You don't like 3D and T?
No, all the acronyms. I'm getting confused. That's all.
You went to Duke and you're
you guys, I don't know if you guys are aware, but we chose Gary Payton over Bruce
Hendricks,
Brown.
His brother, and Taylor Hendricks is with our Monica McNutt. Do you need some ice for that burn, JJ?
You look great. You do look great, Taylor, as you're joined by your mom, Danielle, and your twin brother, Tyler.
Gary Payton didn't even want to be here. He wanted the money, and then he forced himself back to Golden State.
Let folks know a little bit about your journey to get to this moment, Taylor.
It took a lot of hard work, you know. My mom making sacrifice for me and my
like
brother.
I said, realistically, who I'd want next to Dame would have been Jaylen Brown.
Something that was really
I
important.
get that's a pipe dream, but it would have came down if Boston didn't want to pay him or he didn't want to stay in Boston. And again, I'm not saying either one is something that could I'm not saying that's what's happening there in Boston. I don't know that for a fact.
I've seen this.
Yeah, but it's just lies after lies after lies.
Tyler, I would argue that this probably isn't possible without you.
That's fine. Gary Payton cashed in on us. That's great. He definitely took advantage of us, and we sent him right back to the team he wanted to be on to get his money from. So shout out Gary Payton for that.
Like, he's such a hard worker. You know, we've been doing this since we were little. So I'm just proud of him. He finally made it, you know.
Taylor, as I was preparing, 6'9.5" and a 7'1" wingspan. That is something that obviously the Utah Jazz are really excited about. When you watch the NBA and you think about your game, what parts of your game translate the best?
I feel like first and foremost my effort. You know, the effort I give on the offensive end and defensive end. My
Utah
shooting
gets
ability,
Taylor Hendricks.
My ability to block shots and just guard different positions, and just the ability to fit in with a lot of different lineups is, you know, something that I would love to bring to the Jazz.
Twin brother Tyler, mom Danielle, Taylor, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Monica, thank you. Now the Dallas Mavericks are
The
on
Dallas
the
Mavericks
clock,
get a
but
trade a
that
player
pick-
exception
that
for
pick is on
Davis
the
Bertans.
move. Let's check in with our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. Woj, what can you tell us?
That's right, Malika. I'm told that Dallas is picking for Oklahoma City here at number 10. The Mavericks are sending out Davis Bertans' contract and the number 10 pick for Oklahoma City's pick at 12. $22 million left guaranteed on Bertans' contract. They've been looking to package that to create some salary cap space in Dallas. They do so. The Thunder are up now at number 10.
Woj, of course, when we're talking about the Dallas Mavericks, all eyes, they are on Kyrie Irving, who is a free agent this summer. What more can you tell us on that front?
Malika,
Yeah, Dallas just got a trade a player exception, so that should help them.
Re-signing Kyrie Irving is certainly
That's a good trade for Dallas. They get a trade a player exception.
For him, a year after they lost Jalen Brunson for nothing to New York in free agency. I think ultimately for this Mavericks organization,
guys,
they have a player
I hate to do
Irving
this, but
they want to pair with Luka Doncic.
I don't think I'm in the right mind to stream right now anymore.
Space, you know, to really put a lot of fear into this
I think
organization.
I don't know.
But
I just feel like
that is their off-season priority.
Been live for what, 3 hours?
Deal done with Kyrie Irving.
Woj, thank you. The Dallas Mavericks pick is in. Of course, as Woj just reported, this pick is on its way to Oklahoma City. Let's see who that is and check in once again with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
All right.
I have a trade to announce. As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Indiana Pacers are trading to the Washington Wizards the draft rights to Bilal Coulibaly, the 7th pick, and the Wizards are trading to the Pacers the draft rights to Jarris Walker, the 8th pick. And with the 10th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cason Wallace from the University of Kentucky.
So Cason Wallace is going to the Thunder. Very interesting.
John Calipari has had a first-round pick now with Cason Wallace, the freshman guard out of Kentucky, on his way to Oklahoma City via the Dallas Mavericks. He says he wants to model his game after Jimmy Butler, and to that point, he was quoted saying this: "You can't teach dog. It just has to be in you." And if that doesn't say Jimmy Butler, JJ, I don't know what does.
You're absolutely right. And I think it's really interesting when you look at the history of Kentucky guards under John Calipari. None of them have really produced at an elite level in college. But then you look at them in the NBA, Jamal Murray, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyler Hero, Devin Booker.
Cameron Whitmore's still on the board. Interesting. And I thought for sure Derek Lively would have went.
Coming out. The Harrison twins are the only two that I can think of, although they both had solid NBA careers, that didn't just
I thought Oklahoma City would want Derek Lively.
He did become the third Kentucky freshman with 20 points, 80% shooting in the NCAA tournament, going along with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Eric Bledsoe today.
I think he's the safest pick in the lottery because you know exactly what you're getting. He's a complete guard. And you know, Cason Wallace has length. He's only 6'3", but he's got a 6'8" wingspan. I think he's the best on-ball perimeter defender.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Chet maybe could have played the 4 technically. I don't know.
He's a good finisher at the rim, an excellent passer. But as a defender, he's very high IQ. He's good off the ball. He is excellent on the ball. He can play the point. He can play off guard. He's a good shooter, a good open shooter in the mid-range. He can knock it down from 3. He's just got a very steady game. And when he took over at point guard for Xavier Wheeler, and he did it actually in that game against Tennessee, he was spectacular. I think he's a big-time player. Now, is he the type of guy that's going to go out and get you 40 in a game? Is he spectacular in any one area of the game? I wouldn't say so. He's just really good in every aspect of the game. He's a winner, and he's a leader. I really love this pick.
You said it, Jay.
Is Cameron Whitmore going to fall to Toronto?
He's elite. Had 5 steals against Kansas. I was heartbreaking when he didn't go to Tennessee. I'm excited to watch him in the league.
And now he's standing by with our Monica McNutt.
Kaysar, congratulations. I think we got to open this jacket, though.
Thank you for the $2 super chat, Timothy. Appreciate it, man.
Right, so on the inside, I got my brother, me and my brother, mom, dad, me. HBT, that's the neighborhood that I grew up in Dallas, Hamilton Park, Texas. And it just, you know, a lot going on, a lot of emotions right now.
What's the biggest
Cameron Whitmore falls to Toronto, they need to trade OG.
What's the biggest emotion you're feeling?
He might be falling there, man.
I'm just grateful that I'm here. I'm thankful. I thank God that I'm in this position here today, and there's still more to be done.
Keaton, you guys have a 5-year age gap.
Yeah, we do.
So you've watched your brother grind. I'm sure you guys have epic battles in the driveway or in the park. What do you think of his basketball journey when you see it culminate tonight?
Man, he's came a long way, and just to be there from the beginning. You know, we had
told y'all Cam injury history caused him to fall out of the lottery. Yeah, it's looking like it.
They was complaining about her dribbling the ball. We going hard at each other late at night. So, you know, just to see his progress from elementary to middle school to high school to college and now to the pros, it's great, you know, and I'm just proud of him.
So I guess the Thunder show the Magic we're going to take Cason
Now,
Wallace.
you have on a Mavs hat, but the pick is going to OKC. But you will now join a long list of Kentucky men that have gone on to have NBA careers as Coach Cal
Michael
is
Porter
sitting
Jr.
in the
vibes
arena
for
tonight.
Cameron Whitmore.
Is that pressure, expectation to join that legacy, and how has Kentucky prepared you?
It's definitely expectation for me. Pressure, it just builds diamonds, in my opinion. So,
hey, all right.
Kentucky guards, Kentucky players in general.
I love you guys, but I just don't feel like I'm my
while,
best self right now.
Kentucky,
I just don't even know what to say.
Very nicely.
I will be back tomorrow with the rebuild of whatever is the best thing to do, I guess.
Is there a current Wildcat in the league you're looking forward to playing against?
I know there's a lot of people streaming right now, so feel free to go watch them.
Probably Jamal.
I just don't feel like I'm not at my best self right now. I'm too quiet. My vibes are down. So
again,
I'm just gonna take the
you can see the
rest of the night
trade details
and
between
reflect.
The Bulls and the Magic, because the Magic
So
are on the clock
I'll see you guys
here
tomorrow with
and
whatever
picking,
rebuild
and
though.
That pick is in. Let's head back to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
And we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for hanging out with me.
In the 2023
if the Blazers make a trade, I won't be coming back. I'll probably just, like I said, relax for the rest of the night and just enjoy the rest of this draft. But personally, I just feel like I'm not giving you guys a good product. I just feel really down right now.
And the Wolverines, because
I don't want
19
to
years
be
after
on
his father,
live right now.
Juwan Howard, was drafted
I was
out of
hoping
Michigan.
my vibes would be
Jet
high
is
if
following
Portland did
in
something,
his
but
footsteps
I don't know.
from
I don't know how to feel right now.
Lansing
So
to the league. He grew up playing
Don't
on
feel
a
too
nerve
bad for
sheet
me. It's just
in
basketball at the end of the day.
David Fizdale's office
I
in
mean,
Miami.
it's not that big of a deal,
Certainly
but
no stranger
I'll
to
be
the
fine.
league.
Go enjoy
He
someone
has been
else's
around
stream. I appreciate you guys
professionals and
choosing me
prepared
over
for
everyone
this
else that's streaming right now. I just
entire
don't feel
life.
like I'm giving you guys my best effort is my biggest problem right now. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
What Orlando needs is shooting. 41%